councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex.
Okay, we are live with Anonymous Bites Back. With as main subject tonight, the Davos meeting, the World Economic Forum, and new events surrounding that. So welcome everyone, and please help to share this around. That's what we depend on. And we are also on a new platform called Rockfin, and that is I think it's on the Slow News Day Rockfin, right?
Yeah, we're live on Slow News Day on the Rockfin and for free and all that good shit too.
Okay.
Man, real quick before we even get started, we had a hell of an interview on Slow News Day today. Johnny Vedmore, who's an investigative journalist, has been writing out of Unlimited Hangout recently. Did a deep dive into Klaus Schwab and his family and Schwab's early life and ideology. It's going to become a series. It is a mind-blowing article, and Johnny was on the show today to give us the exclusive on it, and then we'll be doing more media later on. But it was absolutely incredible, and since we're going to be talking about Davos tonight, it should be at least kicking around the back of everyone's mind that that Klaus Schwab and his father both seem to have made it their ambition in business to create these public-private partnerships, which loosely translated equate to fascism.
Yeah.
And help nations that are equally fascistic and horribly racist create atomic and nuclear weapons.
Yeah, see, but they can never lose it. They will always keep that fascist tendency, right? The people like Klaus Schwab. What was his dad was like a Nazi too, right?
Yes, Eugen, not Eugene, Eugen. Eugen Schwab, Papa was a Nazi. Well, he was a Nazi collaborator. He wasn't actually in uniform Nazi. Papa was Swiss, or had Swiss citizenship, but his the company that he managed, Esser Weiss, was based in Ravensburg, Germany. And if anyone has studied World War II, they've certainly heard of Ravensburg. Um, and that's where Escher Weiss was, and Escher Weiss made I believe the turbine that was sent to the dam in Norway where the Nazis were trying to achieve heavy water so that they could make a nuclear weapon. When Schwab got the company and took it to a more tech direction, they were making nuclear components for for nuclear weapons, and illegally selling them to apartheid South Africa. That's Klaus Schwab.
Yeah. Herr Schwab.
His entire, I don't know, background, career, public moves all have several reoccurring themes, and one of them is this idea of a reset. And historically, in every sort of fascist ideology, there's a reset component involved. Going back to the 1500s, and it's always this blend of government and corporation and this total control over every aspect of existence in order to make productive automatons. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It was just on Union of the Unwanted, and one of the panelists was saying that, they don't view us as people, and I mean that's 100% correct. That's why there's going to be a class of people that doesn't eat bugs and like it.
Yeah, well, we are the Untermenschen, right? We're not like the Übermenschen like they are.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That's a component of it, is this belief that the people who, at least at this point, sit atop like the World Economic Forum, have the right blood, are from the right breeding stock, will produce, the correct future leaders, and that the rest of us are just essentially vermin.
Fuck off, Trevcan, saying we're right-wing propaganda. We're not right-wing propaganda. Both sides of the spectrum are completely fucked up.
Who's saying that? I'm sorry, who said that?
I don't know, some guy in the chat. Says like, we're right-wing propaganda.
Man,
who the hell?
Look, I'll get in the chat. I will give you my email address. What I need you to do is I need you to put me in touch with your plug, because I want to be as high as you.
Yeah, but like serious, I mean, if you even listen like one of our episodes, you know that none of us are partisan at all. Like, what does the right-wing propaganda even mean today?
Right.
Wait.
It's like anything to the right of AOC and the new. Go ahead, AK.
No, I just wanted to try to understand what the fuck this person's thinking. I mean, what? Right propaganda?
Right-wing propaganda. No, we're not right-wing propaganda or left-wing propaganda. What the hell, man? And I don't even know what it means. Like, if you have like the right wing and the left wing in the United States, for example, Democrats, Republicans, whatever. I'm not even from the USA. It means an entirely different thing here. I mean,
it seems like they're pushing the Great Reset. The Great Reset is coming out of the World Economic Forum. It is literally a public-private partnership that wants to entirely reorganize society into this vision of stakeholder capitalism, which essentially means we have a stake in the way that they hoard our money. Hey, I'm not entirely sure, because once you try to explain it, it just sounds like a bunch of fucking corporate jargon bullshit.
I'm not sure.
That equates to it. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm not sure if you saw the commercial for this, but it literally says you will own nothing and be happy about it. You will get delivered all of your necessities by drone. I'm like, wait, what? This is a real commercial. Like, this is how they vision the world.
Everything you use, you will rent, and it will be delivered by drone.
Yes, that's exactly what it said. But I mean, that's one thing. But the whole thing about how you will own nothing and be happy about it, I thought that was like, wow, that was fucked up. That was like, what a way for propaganda. Like, shit.
The stones on them. I mean, seriously, the balls on the World Economic Forum to just come out and say it.
Will own nothing. Like, wait, what? What do you mean I'll own nothing? Fuck you. And that's not like a left or a right thing. I mean, fuck. How would you think that that's a left or a right thing? Like, what? What? Where is your thinking? I don't understand, man. Like, for fuck's sakes. Like, I'm an anarchist. Like, I used to be fucking more left. I mean, but shit. I mean, fucking, you're saying that somebody who's apolitical, who doesn't believe in the left or right, and exposes both the left and the right equally over the past couple years, is far right. Like, what are you fucking drinking?
It's just all the same thing now. It's like you have authoritarians in power, and big money controls it, and the illusion that you're still dealing with two separate fronts is just bullshit. Like, it's so obvious. It becomes very obvious now. You even see them joining each other on the red carpet. So, yeah,
I mean, okay. So, in regards to that, right? They can agree on sending us to war, but they can't agree on Medicare. They can't agree on COVID relief bill. You know, like, wake the fuck up.
Oh wait, this one will be funny, guys. This guy says, okay, this guy who called us right-wing propaganda is now saying the Green New Deal is about addressing inequality and climate change. I'll give this one to you guys because I was like rat.
Have you even read the Green New Deal? That's all I got to ask. Like, fuck.
That's some quality trolling.
I would hope that's trolling.
Quality trolling.
You know that the same people who cause the bullshit in this world, the big oil companies and the big banks who destroy their entire economy, are now on the front lines of the new green movement. Is it
The exact same people who ruin the planet.
They just all switch their logos to green.
They're hijacking what's left of it and ransoming bits of it back to you. Yeah. Absolutely. It's disgusting. And the Green New Deal doesn't even address the military whatsoever. Not even one fucking little bit. The piece of garbage that Ed Markey, the fucking Telecom Act guy, and little Sandy Cortez put forward, it has an end user punishing carbon tax that we have to pay. It enriches the shit out of corporations who want to explore new technologies. The new technologies pay for our fucking excuses to coup Bolivia and whoever the hell we want for that sweet lithium. That written into the 2020 NDAA is a little thing about our need to expand and acquire rare earth minerals, and it sort of leaves a nice little doorway for the U.S. to engage in total war over the search for rare earth minerals.
Yeah,
delightful.
Yeah, and I want to see, like, okay, so see, and we were against this thing, and he says, like, yeah, see, just right-wing propaganda, but the fact that we are against these big bankers running those movements and against these corporations doesn't make us right-wing propaganda. I mean, were you around during Occupy when we were doing the same thing, being against these bankers and these big finance?
It's binary thinking at its absolute worst. Just because Sandy Cortez is putting forth an absolute garbage piece of legislation that is only going to make regular people suffer in the long run and up front doesn't mean that any of us give a fuck about the quote other side of the aisle unquote. There's no red team, blue team at the levels of power. Those are bullshit. Pardon?
I thought there was. I thought there was a red team and a blue team. Blue no matter who.
Once upon a time.
Blue no matter. Oh.
Sorry, but okay. So during Occupy, we were protesting against these bankers in 2008, who pretty much like ransacked half the world and made everyone pay with tax money to bail them out and take everything from us, thousands of billions. And now that people are not as stupid anymore that they just will bail out these bankers, these people need new money to pay for their derivatives setups. And they just use this great new strategy of saving the climate. And they walk on front of this movement, changed all their logos to green, and will just say like, inject some more money into our stuff, right? Pay us and make the money flow go.
Make the money printer go. Brrr. I can't even do it. I attempted to do it live. I couldn't do it.
Money printer go brrr.
That day when Coca-Cola started supporting Greta Thunberg and made like posts on their website saying we love Greta Thunberg so much, you know that Coca-Cola is one of the biggest polluters in the world with microplastics, like destroying.
Dude, they had Pepsi doing like a fucking Black Lives Matter style commercial.
Yeah,
Pepsi employed death squads to go bust up unions, but Pepsi's going green too. I don't. Dude, the binary thinking kills me. It does because that's someone who probably believes that we have legitimate elections and that regime change in Syria is good actually. Like I don't know. Welcome to Anonymous Bites Back, though. It's going to be an interesting evening for you. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you stick around.
Yeah, I still welcome. Don't have to go. Just listen. Yeah, but I don't think anyone here is partisan at this point in time. I mean, we all had that wake-up call at some point. I mean, and I'm not going to say like it's forever like that. It was always like that, no, but at some point you lose all the faith in those people who claim they are your leaders.
I was very fortunate in that I was kind of thrown into volunteering on a political campaign before I was old enough to vote. I was 16. The candidate was running for Congress. His name was David McIntosh. He won. That was in Indiana's 6th congressional district. A couple years after McIntosh left, or I think the year McIntosh left, he was the guy who took over that seat was Mike Pence. I got to that was after I left. I'm not responsible for any of that. I'm barely even responsible for McIntosh's thing. I was 16 and I volunteered. Did you guys know that Mike Pence was a talk show host before he was a congressman, and that part of his advertising was that he told, like, he had billboards up saying he was like Rush Limbaugh on decaf?
No.
That was his ad campaign. Rush Limbaugh on decaf, Mike Pence on the radio.
God.
For real. But at any rate, I got to see what politics was from the inside. This is a major congressional race. It was a guy who had a lot of funding from the Republican National Committee. He was looked upon as like a bright star. It was Newt Gingrich's contract for America Congress, 1994. What I saw and what I learned from all of the people who had been, in politics on the inside forever, was that it was a perpetual money game, that none of these people actually gave a shit about anything that they were saying. It was all carefully crafted to make sure that suckers gave them their vote. Not that their vote really mattered anyway, because we don't have a free and fair election system. This is even before electronic voting machines were prevalent, and everybody on the inside of the campaign knew that it was rigged. And that if you ever want the good cocaine, hang out with the Republicans. They got it. They do. But I was exposed to the fact that politics itself was bullshit, and then at the same time, as the early mid '90s, there was Art Bell on the radio, Coast to Coast AM, and there was clean LSD, and a combination of all of those things gave me a healthy mistrust of politics at a fairly young age.
Well, I mean, if you combine...
Being black helped with that.
Well, I was just going to say, if you combine, the Art Bell Coast to Coast with LSD, you might get nightmares.
Oh, I did. I got a healthy mistrust of the establishment.
Well, there's that, but I mean, you might get nightmares from some of the shows. I mean, shit. Remember that Area 51?
Oh, dude, that shit was crazy.
Area 51 caller, how the satellites all dropped and everything, the whole show, like
They were triangulating on him. Triangulating.
We're triangulating on. They're going to
some wild shit.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was a famous show.
His son got murdered. Like it, yeah. Oh, weird things. That show was heavy at times, and it was absolutely delightful.
Yeah, it was.
What I loved about Art Bell is that he treated every guest like they just, like they were absolutely serious. He didn't, he'd push back, but he wouldn't exactly call anybody like a total fucking wackaloon.
And there were definitely these wackos on sometimes.
Yeah,
he treated them like people.
Speaking of, this stream has 3 dislikes already. I don't
And that's
know
that
how
guy,
that
that Kev guy. That Kev guy calls us right-wing propaganda. But he keeps saying that he wants to tax the rich and the fossil fuels. But I want to say one more thing about Greta Thunberg, because he's a big Greta Thunberg supporter. When the Amazon was burning, she was partying, and they made like this post, and it said like, the Amazon is burning, like our fresh oxygen is disappearing. But meanwhile, in a band camp, she was partying on her boat, burning fossil fuels on her huge cruiser.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, I know freaking tons of Haitian activists in South Florida and Miami who were environmental activists and fighting against causes like the deteriorating water quality along the coast, before Greta ever even was shoved into the picture by a conglomerate of establishment forces. Like, yeah, I mean, she fucking pushed Biden. Like, no.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know how much y'all already said about Greta. So,
well,
yeah.
the person who just happened to wander by the school where Greta Thunberg had started her one-person protest, just happened to have a green startup called We Don't Have Time that advocates for the need to have instant climate solutions. They're active in social media, digital advertising, and carbon offsets. That's what they do. That's what we don't have time does. The CEO and founder of that happened to be the person who wandered by the elementary school to take that picture. That he just happened to have a number of high-profile journalists that were his Facebook friends that he happened to tag, and he also happened to have known Greta Thunberg's parents for 30 years, and they happened to have been in the same environmental activist group together. But it's not as if that company received a whole fuck ton of money from people that are connected to the World Economic Forum on the board of trustees or anything like that. It's not as if this whole thing was sort of a deliberate introduction to a youth-led climate movement, except for that it was. And again, the people that are behind the vast majority of these organizations, the nonprofits and the for-profits, are the exact same people who are responsible for the destruction of the planet. They're making money at both ends. In a lot of cases, the money doesn't even leave the room.
Yeah, Klaus Schwab loves Greta. And, Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, there's some dude in the chat saying that this is right-wing propaganda because we're not fans of Klaus Schwab or the Green New Deal as delivered by Markey and Sandy.
Oh, and you are a fan of Klaus Schwab, whose dad was a literal fucking Nazi collaborator. Escher Spice, by the way, was a fucking National Socialist model company, as designated so by the Third Reich. And then while little Klaus over here was managing it, what did they do? Oh, they just aided in the fucking illegal nuclear weapons program for apartheid South Africa.
This is after the instruction Klaus Schwab received getting a postgraduate degree from Harvard under Henry Kissinger.
Oh, yeah.
Kissinger was a mentor, of course.
Yeah.
And he was Ted Heath plays into all of this as well. I don't know if you guys know who Ted Heath was or not. I'm sure Mark. I'm talking to the audience here. I would hope that the audience is familiar with Ted Heath's story, but if you're not,
blackmailed to sign the UK into Europe because of his big pedophilia problem.
Yep, that is correct.
Standard oligarch stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Just your basic, I don't know, shit show, really. But with
just your basic pedophile, not really Nazi collaborator level, but he's up there.
Well, I mean, I won't go there. I was gonna go there, but I won't go there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because of the picture you're using for your stream alone, I sense a QAnon context warning coming.
Right.
Yep.
Well, it's you got Schwab.
Yeah.
You got Klaus.
You got the Schwabster.
Is that what Mark has?
Yeah, Mark. It is.
Are you asking me about Klaus Schwab?
Yeah, for the stream. You're using a picture of the Schwabster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Klaus Schwab and Putin, yeah. But they're best buddies shaking hands. Billionaires and fascists. Yeah, that pretty much says it all, right? On the left you see a billionaire who owns About 200 billion, they say. And on the right you see Klaus Schwab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just makes sense. Like when we talk about geopolitics and stuff, that people believe there's actually a difference between these countries, right? But what truly matters is that these richest of the richest people all come together at these meetings, and then suddenly they're all best buddies. They're like as Steve would say, the predator class, right? They're a little bit above these structures, like governments or corporations and stuff. It is just like they're at the top of the pyramid, and it should be made more visible that it's actually like that. If you look at the US, for example, if you look at US politics, like who still believes it is like an independent election if you first have like the old Bush being a president and then his son being a president, right? When you have 350 million people to choose from. Like it has to give you some kind of like wake-up call moment, or that when Clinton is president and then you have his wife running for president. Like there's something else going on, right?
There's all but like 2 presidents share common ancestors. I mean, yeah, we've built up miniature dynasties within the American political class, but beyond that, you know, the majority of presidents are related by bloodline. I mean, Bill Clinton and George Bush are like third cousins or some shit. Like they're not that separated. And oh. And by the way, dude, my head's still spinning about the fact that fucking Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen have a fucking podcast. Like, surely everyone can co-sign my Large Hadron Collider theory at this point.
Oh, yeah.
But I never refused to co-sign it.
I mean, in general, not you guys. The world writ large.
Yeah. I mean, where we disagree is how to go about fixing it.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, so we did have news around that Davos stuff, right, AK? You came up with that video. There was this news thing from Sky News, Australia, I think.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw it, but Sky News, they had a video that was titled "How the Davos and World Economic Forum is Deceiving the World with the Great Reset."
Yeah, and Sky is pretty much like a mainstream thing in Australia, right?
I mean,
on the
that's
right?
what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it says Great Reset in Davos at the forefront of a great deception in the free world. I was like, whoa, wait, what? This apparently aired last year in November, but, you know, I didn't even know that they spoke out on it like that.
There are a couple of shows that air on Sky News that are like super right wing and just sort of exist to lick Scott Morrison's asshole. But they occasionally, like in the same way that like Tucker Carlson's the one guy on mainstream news that like wanders over into some accurate shit, and we'll have like Roger Waters on. Or we'll have, you know, Glenn Greenwald on, shit like that. Like that I can't remember the name of the show, but I've seen a number of clips that where they cover something, and you're like, holy crap, I can't believe that's getting covered on something mainstream, and then they'll just insert the most cringe-inducing groan summoning like bootlicky garbage, but for what's supposed
yes.
to be the other team. And you're like, oh, god damn it, you had it! You had it!
That is me so many times. It's like so many right wingers this election were just like, oh my god, this election was so illegitimate. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And they're like, the left stole it from us through the ghost of Hugo Chavez. And I'm like, oh no.
Hugo Chavez.
Chinese hackers used Hugo Chavez's ghost to send Iranian ones and zeros to really, Sydney, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, AK, this isn't anything new that the Sky News is doing. Shady H from A4A just sent me a DM. So apparently in October already they had on Sky News a video, Great Reset, world leaders to harness COVID and pursue sinister climate agenda. On 30 October they have globalists using the virus to destroy the old world order. In November, Great Reset is about pushing us...
Globalist.
Yeah,
InfoWars get control of Sky News? What's going on here?
no, that's what the Sky News says. Sky News Australia says, Great Reset said, globalists using the virus to destroy old world order. And in November, Sky News says, Great Reset pushing us towards the socialist left Marxist worldview. On 13 November they say Great Reset will be a bigger virus than COVID. Then they say Great Reset in Davos at the forefront of a great deception in the free world. Then they say Great Reset is crazy cookie stuff which aims for no private property by 2030. Then they say, this is still in November last year, Prince Charles is now selling this eco-fascist fantasy of the Great Reset. Then they say Morrison will absolutely not join Biden and Trudeau in the Great Reset. Then Great Reset supports idea you will somehow be happier if you own nothing. Then in December they say Great Reset will be the segue from the pandemic. And then they say Scott Morrison flirting with the Great Reset will hurt him very badly. And then at 12:12 they say finally you will own nothing and you will be happy. Warnings of Orwellian Great Reset. So Sky News has been all over it.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say about Davos, the Davos Agenda 2021 conference that happened in January, which absolutely pissed me off, was that in every segment they only had like the first 30 minutes available to the public. So it's like, you know, you couldn't even watch how global elites and gatekeepers and corporate PR agents for the empire were planning to essentially take over the world and ration it back to you. You couldn't even see that. It's like, granted, I had no desire to watch it, but I should have been able to. It's like I was watching a panel on ocean economies, and the whole thing was like a fucking strip tease. It was like, oh yeah, well, I want to bring up how mangrove restoration fits into all this, but you know what? We're gonna save that for the breakout rooms, and of course the breakout rooms aren't available to the public. Fucking ugh. It all sucks. But nothing in that whole Davos Agenda 2021 could top how bad their press freedom conference was. That was the worst thing by far.
The thing is, I don't get why people are not like protesting more against it stuff. Like with the Bilderberg, for example, they do it. Every time there's a Bilderberg meeting, like it's all over all the activists are like all over it. And you have other meetings too. What is it, like trilateral meetings, the G20 and stuff? They're all over it.
Yeah, but nobody.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody goes to the CFR Trilateral Commission meetings. I mean, they only go to the Bilderberg. I mean, The
G20
Bilderberg
too.
is
It's
really
always
good.
Anti-globalist. Yeah.
Well, that's G20. I mean, G20 is not the CFR or the Trilateral Commission, and you can't find out when the CFR or the Trilateral Commission are meeting. I mean, like it's not public information. Like, Bilderberg is public.
Yep.
We can just publish that.
But
We can always find it out. Okay.
What? The Trilateral Commission? I mean, they don't publish anything. They don't publish when they're meeting.
Well, the
It's
Bilderberg used to not publish it either, but we always found out about that. They published only after it was always found out, and now they publish it on their official site. But it was always leaked before it was happening. It's leaked through what is it? Through like Jim Mars and stuff, right? These people.
Yeah. But Jim Mars is dead, so I mean, who's gonna leak it now? I mean, like he had a lot of sources, but I mean, the Trilateral Commission, getting a leak out of the Trilateral Commission or out of Bilderberg, or not Bilderberg, out of the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations. I mean, that's a lot harder than a media event with Bilderberg. I mean, Bilderberg is mostly just technocrats and media folks meeting. The actual foreign policy stuff is all through the CFR and also the Trilateral Commission, which the Trilateral Commission is supposedly it was set up by Rockefeller to essentially try to merge the West and the East through policies.
So the origins behind the whole Bilderberg thing, right? So officially, it's based on these Bilderberg hotels, right? In Oosterbeek, in my country, started by Prince Bernhard and Rockefeller, I think, is a funder. But I think it was already before that, in 1942. And it was a backup economic plan by the Nazi Germany. And Prince Bernhard was well, I don't want to say Nazi collaborator, because actually he wasn't. He was for the UK. He was fighting for the UK too, but he did send a letter to Hitler, offering to rule over the Netherlands as a stadtholder, which is an old title, under Hitler's rule. But in 1942, in Switzerland, big German companies had a meeting which is very similar to the Atlantic Bilderberg meetings, and they created this backup plan because it seems that in 1942 it was already clear to them that they would lose the war. America jumped into the war and they were already aware that they would lose it, but they made this backup plan to create an economic dominance, and that they would win on my economic means. And that is when they started their policy of taking over with huge investments, especially in the United States, huge investments. And now you see the results of that too, right? You have big companies like Monsanto having a huge influence. Bayer, Deutsche Bank owns part of Florida, for example. There were huge investments in the USA. You're saying?
Yep.
Yeah, you can find a lot about that actually. Take some digging, deep diving, as they call it these days.
Yeah, and the euro was actually proposed at a Bilderberg meeting before it was introduced as a proposal. So the creation of the euro actually came from Bilderberg. I have the document somewhere around here.
The euro was originally called the ECU, right? The ECU, European currency. But
Right. Yeah. And again, I mean, the documents I have also WikiLeaks has them as well. They have a whole list of Bilderberg documents that people don't realize. They have archives of thousands and thousands of documents. It's not just their leaks. I mean, there was early on Jacob Applebaum. He combed Tor for potential documents discussing different things, and he uploaded all of those to WikiLeaks and started archiving everything. And there's a lot of information on there that comes from Tor. And a lot of these old Bilderberg documents are on there. They got everything on there. I mean, if you search. Or go to that infamous page that everybody shares around and says, look, it's the insurance file. They leaked everything. No, that's actually an index of the entire site.
Hmm.
I think it's like files.wikileaks.org or something. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, that was a whole ass trove of all kinds of shit. I'm just still in awe that more people don't protest Davos.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully once we push, like, more shit about Klaus Schwab, people will start realizing, like, hey, maybe we shouldn't let people like Klaus and other oligarchs, which fomented the same problems we deal with today, position themselves as the gatekeepers of society. Maybe that's a thought.
Maybe.
I mean,
like, the funny thing is, like, they're saying for social distancing, but then they're holding a huge conference like Davos.
bro, like Gavin McFuckass here in California, or I'm sorry, Gavin Newsom here in California, he'll like turn the state into a graveyard for small businesses and then hold freaking Thanksgiving parties with his family and all kinds of shit while simultaneously telling people not to go home and visit their families for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Gavin McInnes.
Oh no.
So I was like, wait, Gavin McInnes.
Yeah, no, I call Gavin Newsom Gavin McFuckass because I don't know, just hate the dude.
Yeah, it certainly sounded like you were going after Gavin McInnes. He's not there. He would have replied.
Yeah,
Or
Steve's not here. Steve's not here to talk about Gavin's special anatomy.
Oh, he did that before already. I think we were aware of it already.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said that on there.
Yeah, he does
like,
that
well,
every time. Every time Gavin McInnes gets brought up. Every time.
We're not allowed to forget about him. We have to see him in our dreams.
Oh no! I mean, the pictures are still online, and boy is.
Yeah, no, I don't look at that. I honestly, I don't even know who that is. So whatever.
Say that's why a certain female activist who I will not name, at least not yet. Probably that's probably why that she stopped dating him randomly.
That's so shallow, AK. But probably.
I mean, when you see it, you can kind of understand why someone would leave him over it.
See it, you can't unsee it. So no, thank you.
Once you see it, you can't stop thinking about it. And as someone who's been unfortunately disposed to seeing it, I have to confirm that every time he gets brought up.
Wait,
doesn't
I just
escape
walked
you.
in. I just walked in. I haven't
No,
heard
no,
anything
no.
for the last couple of minutes. Is this
Don't
about
say
Gavin
it.
McInnes?
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say that part of
Is
Gavin.
this about
McInnes.
Gavin McInnes?
Yeah, we're
Oh.
talking about.
Okay, carry on.
We were talking about Gavin McInnes's unique anatomy.
Well, that's not where the conversation started, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not where it started because I was talking about Gavin McFuckass, and Steve knows that that's my nickname for Gavin Newsom, but AK was like, "Oh, I thought you were talking about Gavin McInnes," and you
Okay.
you can't bring up Gavin McInnes
No.
without thinking of his
Right.
unique
Right.
anatomical features.
Yeah. No, you can't unsee it, and damn you, Jason Burns. Damn you to hell for telling me that information was out there.
Yeah.
You Googled it. You gotta take more responsibility for it. You Google it. You looked it up.
No,
Yeah, you did.
no.
Oh
yeah,
no,
you did.
this was.
It was
But
sent to me.
Oh, it was sent. Oh
Sent
wow,
to
that's
you.
even worse. That's even worse because I saw it while scrolling through Twitter. I was like, "Oh no, I've done so well at avoiding this until now."
Yeah.
But you actually had it send it to you, Steve. My condolences. Just
Well, so he was trying to show me at the Jones event, like standing right there in person, and he like brought it up on his phone. He's trying to show it to me. And I'm like, no, dude.
no.
So he sent it to me.
Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. That's way worse than the way what most people find it.
Right.
Oh god. And that image will never leave my mind.
Mm-mm.
I've been tainted.
Chinese state media used Times Square's video streaming board for ads on the CV, and discussing the investigation into CV's origins of Beijing, and they, instead of saying it was Beijing, they said that it was the U.S. That is funny. That is a troll and a half.
Okay. So back to Davos.
Davos.
So what do these people actually discuss there? Does anyone know? This is with the Great Reset. What is their big plan? I already heard about the Agenda 2030, right? It was like we were talking about it already in the 90s, I think. So that is like the huge sustainability plan. What do we call it? I think the Venus Project had to do with it too. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, it was Agenda 21 back in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't 2030 yet, but now that it is 2021, the even world leaders are comfortable talking about UN Agenda 2030, and it's not the I don't know, the marketing is about sustainability, and the marketing is about you know, the feeling like you're part of making the world a better place, and the underlying reality is that it's a unification of the predator class to consume the rest of the resources and the rest of the wealth, and to have us live in all ways underneath them. And they're pretty upfront about it.
Yeah. Okay. So when we were like reading about Agenda 2030 and everything, it was already like clear that at some point they would have this 5-year or this 10-year plan, right? So it is not a surprise that in 2020 they started with it, because there's 10 years to go, and this 10 years plan starts now. It's that simple, and it will be very organized. And after 10 years, it will be done, unless we do something to stop it. But they will do it at thousands of tiny little steps at the same time, and you will have to defeat them on every little step. If you don't, they will win on the 999 other steps, and you will lose anyway. So,
Well, we need people in the, at least in the independent media, for the time being, until it becomes painfully obvious. Hopefully, not too late, and gets picked up more in the broader public. But mainstream media doesn't even, or sorry, independent media doesn't even cover this. They won't go near it.
No. But we discussed this too, Steve. That like most of the alternative media is literally going with the narratives being created by the mainstream, right? They mention some politician we all have to be angry about, and the alternative media jumps on and is going to be angry about that politician for the coming weeks. That is just how it is. Most of the alternative media is completely compromised. That's a big problem.
Well, yeah, because they're getting all their content from mainstream media at the end of the day. Like, they're not doing their own research. They're not going on the ground to get their own answers for shit. They're just pulling up an AP article or a CNN article or an MSNBC article, and maybe they'll insert, like, you know, a slightly divergent perspective that's, you know, separated from the path of the mainstream media by like a degree of fucking 0.0002 or some shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's all coming from the same source and the same pool of corporate PR.
Yeah.
Even if it's coming from mainstream media, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, that argument, I personally hate it, because even if you are just using like mainstream media sources, right? You could still tell a story using mainstream media sources and show holes in narratives, which I've done constantly, like with like stuff with the Soleimani thing with Iran. When was that? Last year? Like,
well, that's true. I mean, you're right on that, but that's not what most of independent media does.
But wait, like, for instance, like what I was saying, though, like the Soleimani situation where the U.S. was saying that, you know, we didn't aggravate. We didn't aggravate the attack on the base. Well, that's untrue. They did. They bombed the shit out of some random camp, and then those people got together and stormed the base. And then after they stormed the base, they blamed Soleimani and then assassinated Soleimani. So, I mean, like, you know, the mainstream media did actually report pieces here and there. You know, you had to go digging and actually find it, but then they change the narrative, and I love when they do that, because then, it's so easy to expose them, because you're just using their own sources, it's so funny when they change a narrative, and they reported something prior, and then they just like forget about it, or like the current reporter doesn't mention it, it's just, I find it hilarious. So I mean, like, there's ways to do that, and yeah, I agree, most people don't, because it takes a lot more research and time. And nowadays, I mean, alternative media has turned into just being scientific articles, and articles against surveillance, and articles against other types of human rights abuses. I mean, like, it's died down a lot now, because of we can't speak our minds anymore. Like, activist posts, I mean, they haven't been banned off Facebook. I don't know how, but they haven't been banned off Facebook yet. And I still write for them occasionally for certain topics and stuff, but most of it, I mean, like, nobody's writing there anymore, and most things, I mean, you can't now say or post on Facebook, otherwise it gets you suspended or unable to use your account for 24 hours or 48 hours or 72 hours or 7 days, whatever it is. I mean, we had this conversation before with oh my god, I forgot his name. How did I forget his name off the top of my head? Fuck, man, I'm tired. Juan. I couldn't fucking remember. I was like, what? Juan Passarelli.
Passarelli.
Yeah, it was just on. Yeah, I was like, I forgot his name. It like blanked out of my head, and I was like, what? Why? But anyway, yeah, we just had him on. I discussed this before, but I mean, a lot of the people in alternative media, we do this for a living, and when you have things cut off from you, what are you gonna do? You can't. You have to dance around and do what you can, because you're doing it for a living, and it sucks, but we can't voice ourselves anymore, and it's self-censorship. That's what it is. It's self-censorship.
Well, there's ways to do. I mean, you can't. I don't know, I'm gonna make a. I guess I'm gonna make a delineation here, or at least like say that if you, in the case of a lot of these YouTubers and progressive leftists, or even people on the right, shit like that, they have the audience and the funds from that audience to be able to use their show as a vehicle for truth. If they get knocked off of YouTube, they're already on 80 other platforms, and most of those platforms pay. They don't have the numbers that YouTube does, but they could if you fucking enough of those people left those platforms.
I'm talking about alternative news websites.
Yeah.
Where they depend on Facebook for traffic and depend on ad revenue and stuff like that. That's a totally different animal.
Yeah, and it's a lot rougher if you want to reach. If you're trying to reach everybody, it is. It's brutal. I've been in that world before, albeit it was a while ago. But no, I mean, I understand trying to keep a website afloat and trying to pay writers a living wage out of it. I've been on the writer end of that and had to go through it and had to fucking get paid just fucking peanuts because I believed in the website. But yeah, you're broadly right. The ability to say accurate things about what's really going on in the world around us is becoming increasingly more difficult. And I don't know, man. Putting the truth behind a paywall sucks too.
Yeah, I mean, like for instance, like you could do an op-ed on COVID, right? And the fact checkers would go after your article, even though it says op-ed, opinion editorial, you know. So I mean, like you could do something like that, and they would go after the article, and flag it, and then suspend your ability to post on Facebook. And I mean, Facebook has now basically like a Supreme Court for content. I mean, like, well, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and just like our Supreme Court, nobody was elected to it. It's great. Total fucking arbitrary servants of oligarchs deciding what is and isn't reality. When I can't stress this enough, man. There's like no real difference between these tech giants and the government. They're all intrinsically connected, and when a part of the state is determining reality, you certainly don't live in a democratic state. You certainly don't live in a state where they count every vote. You certainly don't live in a state where the representatives and senators are anything more than the public face of those public-private partnerships.
Well, talking about voter fraud, it gets us banned on YouTube, so let's not go there. Just
I don't think I don't think it said anything about this election.
Yeah, but in general, he talking about voting fraud. It's now bannable.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's like what? It's ridiculous.
Bill Binney was down for picking Congress out of the phone book.
Yep.
Yeah, but Fauci's
Well,
there from the Ministry of Truth. He's not there from the perspective of a health professional.
hey, Fauci is Hillary Clinton's doctor admirer.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because
I
that's
don't
the
even know
best
what that
person.
means.
It's in the pedestal. You won't look at a picture.
Oh, okay.
Do-do-do.
Oh, can't talk about hacked materials.
Oh, right.
Oh, we are violating the Espionage Act. Ooh.
So
No.
welcome to
Policy.
Anonymous Reviews Cat Videos. Now a React channel for mumble rap videos.
What's the fun in a faceless reaction channel, though?
Well, that's the hook. right? That's the hook. You have to bring your imagination to the audio only React channel. No, we're fucking.
Well, it's just me and Mark just wear a Guy Fawkes mask or a fucking scarf or something, you know. Two masks.
Just like the CDC wants.
Ooh. I used to have a black and gold one, but I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It's disappeared. Those were hard to get. Yeah, those were really hard to get years ago. The black and gold mask is awesome, though. I don't know what the fuck happened to it, but I'll have to get one again eventually. Find it somewhere.
You'll find it.
Probably not. It was made out of plastic, and it's probably like destroyed somewhere.
It's just trying to be up.
That's
It was just
Yeah, I'm from Occupy, so it's fucked. Because that's like years ago. I mean, that's like memories. And like, bye-bye, mask. I don't know what the fuck happened to you.
You can get another one.
But it's a sentimental value.
AK, we hear you and we see you.
I've got thoughts and prayers for you, homie. I do.
You know what? No, I don't want your world's smallest violin.
There's a line in a Todd Snyder song that says, "You know you're out of ideas when you get down to your thoughts and your prayers."
I don't even know who Todd Snyder is.
Todd Snyder is a singer-songwriter who is just absolutely wonderful. Yeah. These somebody asked him what his the 5 greatest troubadours of all time were. And two of his 5 were Bill Hicks and Mitch Hedberg.
I know who Bill Hicks is.
Hedberg was also a comedian. No! Jesus Christ, dude. I think that particular rumor does a whole lot to shame the memory of William Melvin Hicks. I do.
Are you sure? Because I mean, I seen this one video, and it kind of looked, comparing his fucking like nose and his ears and the jaw. I mean, fuck, it looks like him.
There are still people alive who spent time with Bill Hicks as he was on his way out of the world, and yeah. I've actually met and talked to a couple of the people that worked at the comedy club that he hung out at and was at all the time in Austin. One of them
There's
was
another. There you go. Austin, always in Austin. Alex Jones is from Austin, Texas. I'm just
That's
weaving
funny.
here.
That's funny. But no, I talked to a guy who's like one of the pallbearers at his funeral. Fucking dead.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm just weaving here. You know, just webbing up a QAnon conspiracy.
It's funny.
Yeah, but I'm just quilting.
We
Let me
actually,
quilt. God damn it. I said, let me quilt in peace. God damn it.
it's fucking funny. We actually had Piers Robinson like quoting a Bill Hicks bit to us after we got off of the live stream.
He was so respectable. Oh my god. Piers, if you're watching this, we love you. You're very kind and awesome.
Here's Morgan now.
Oh, that's a different bastard altogether.
So you calling the first guy a bastard too?
Well, I never met his dad. Can't say really. I don't know. Well, but Piers Morgan is definitely a fucking just turd burglar, man.
Yeah.
Piece of work that guy is. He's like the male Louise Minch.
That bad?
You cannot convince me that Louise Minch is that's actually a human being. I am convinced that is a bunch of ferrets on meth in a freaking skin suit, and that. What have you done?
Kevin.
I have an explanation for it.
Klaus!
Ford's fucking coders suck.
You got schwabbed.
Would this be an inopportune time to consider doing these shows on like Jitsi through OBS so that we don't have this problem or have this problem less?
Yeah, well, Jitsi's encrypted too.
Because you can make your own room like right now, man. And Josh has already offered his server, but I mean you can self-host off of Jitsi, so you could have your own too. It could just be for ABB. And that one you can change the link every time if you wanted to, or if you wanted to have a permanent room, you could. But you can. I don't know if the incoming guest gets to see previous messages in that particular private chat, but
I haven't used it in like forever.
I
We
like
used to use it
Jesse.
years ago. After what was that fucking program, man? I can't remember it. Pigeon.
Pigeon.
Yeah, for XMPP. End-to-end
Wow, I haven't
encryption.
heard that.
XMPP.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard pigeon in a long time.
Yeah, because nobody uses it anymore. But we were using it just to fucking communicate years ago. Jabber and everything because of like end-to-end encryption. They it was proven that they couldn't crack it. I mean, there was tons and tons of conversations that were had on XMMP they didn't crack years ago with like various different hacktivism stuff. But
In Josh we trust.
It's true.
Tech Ninja.
well, I guess Discord crashed and killed the show.
Oh, did it kill the show?
Oh no, they can all. It sounds like they can hear this.
Yeah, I still see it going.
Yeah, me too.
How the fuck is it still going?
Sounds like
OBS. Was it still going, Mark? The show.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Would.
all right.
Alrighty.
I thought it dropped when you got kicked out of Discord.
Aha.
Oh my god. This guy had a blood alcohol concentration record of 0.778. That's so much of a body. That's fucking hilarious. Holy shit, that's funny. Oh god, that is funny. How the fuck? Why would you ever drive if you were that drunk? Jesus Christ, you're gonna see fucking cars just driving down the street.
Don't ask me. I've never drunk any alcoholic substances, YouTube.
Right.
Yep.
That is that is a record. I mean, that kid doesn't look that big either.
No,
28 years old.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's a record.
Suka?
Holy fuck!
How are you even functioning at that point?
Oh no, you're close to being in a coma.
Dead.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, coma first, then dead. But yeah, that is a shit. I don't even understand how the fuck you would get that drunk. Like fuck.
Ooh, that previously the highest BAC reported on the smoking gun was a .72, recorded by an Oregon woman in 2007. So, I guess way to keep it in state, Oregon.
Huh. It's not Florida for once. Yeah.
Oh man! And
Take that,
Oregon,
Oregon.
Oregon legalized all drugs at the beginning of the year. So it's possible that you clock a .77 BAC because you're on a number of other things that are preventing your brain from realizing that you're literally putting it into a coma.
Right.
I want to see the mugshot though. We'll be able to tell.
You know, here's some other interesting news. Supreme Court rejects Trump's effort to shield his tax records from New York prosecutors. He claims he's a victim of fascism.
Oh, that's funny.
Trump literally said, "I'm a victim of fascism." I don't think you understand what that word means, because it can't be used when the Supreme Court says that you have to show your taxes. What, like?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is one of the best Trump quotes in a long fucking time. I'm a victim
I'm a
of
victim of fascism.
That's delightful.
Where is
That
Terrence when I need him to do a Trump impression?
You want me to see if I can get Eric Jackman in here real quick?
Well, I mean, can he do it?
Can I make a call to Sleepy J? He's pretty good at impressions.
Can he do a Trump impression better than Terrence? Because I mean, Terrence does it perfect.
Much. Yeah. He actually does it for money.
He did a great reenactment, like mini reenactment of Alex Jones harassing Marco Rubio. It was beautiful.
They had Trump and Jones arguing with each other on the show.
That
It was... Ooh. Oh, I bet Sleepy J could do a good Klaus Schwab because he's German. So
Klaus is only half German.
there's no such
The
thing as half.
Nazi half. But I need to hear Klaus again, but yeah, I mean he really is just, I don't know, so it's just deep voiced and evil. Pretty banal looking.
What you think the Schwabster would sound like? Yeah, well, and also there's no need to hear him speak when you have plenty of his own words written down, like his whole ass book he wrote titled COVID-19 and the Great Reset.
In other news, we have Boston Dynamics robot mounted with a gun, because that's all what we've all been waiting for. Fido to have a gun on its back.
I was looking up a Klaus video. That's why I just. Klaus.
Yeah.
Yep. That's Mr. That's Mr. Schwaby Schwab. There's just so much stuff on. Yeah, and cause it can't be said enough. Just a friendly reminder that Klaus Schwab's dad is an actual Nazi collaborator. And then while Klaus managed that very same company that collaborated with the Nazis, he helped participate in the illegal creation of nuclear weapons for apartheid South Africa. Because what else would we expect from the Schwabster? Just thought I'd get that out there because, you know.
And the same people that refuse to cover this are running around calling everyone and their sister a Nazi collaborator for not agreeing with them 100% on everything. It's cute.
Yep. I mean, you know, they'll call you a Nazi collaborator for daring to criticize thy holy election system, but you know, won't hear a peep. I mean, I'm sure there are like. I mean, you hear
I mean,
neo-Nazis.
there's neo-Nazis.
Yeah.
I don't. I did Werner von Braun have kids? Because then there would be.
The Nazbuls, bro.
Free. You can go into the army for free, and you don't get anything. You just get food stamps. Pretty much the National Socialist system of Adolf Hitler. So yeah, people have to realize that it's an economic system, right? The Nazi system is not like the racism is a different story. There's plenty of other governments who were racist. Racism is real still in the USA. It's real in Europe too.
Mm-hmm.
You can be capitalist racist too. Don't have to be a National Socialist to be a racist.
The overuse of the word Nazi, it has happened. I don't know. I thought probably intentionally, right, over the last 30 years, just to remove all meaning of what it actually is. But I mean, it's a profoundly racist ideology in general, as well as the merger of corporations and state. The thing that people get hung up on is the word socialist in it. And the economic system under which the Nazis operated was in no way, shape, or form a socialist economy.
Yeah.
And Discord crashed.
Again?
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
It hasn't crashed for me yet.
Knock on wood.
Right? It'll
I was
happen.
just gonna say. I mean, you guys are gonna get a kick out of this news. I can't even believe this is real. I had to check and see if this was the Onion.
Oh yeah,
I
Steve
wouldn't
brought
make
that up.
I wouldn't make that up.
Why?
I thought this fucking Onion, Obama and Bruce Springsteen, to start a new Spotify podcast. But what?
Renegades. Both of Barack Obama's parents were in the CIA. Renegades.
Renegades.
Bruce
Renegades. Born in the
Springsteen.
USA.
Bruce, I honestly don't know if Bruce Springsteen ever was a plucky blue-collar lad. I don't. I know by the time Born to Run came out, he was a fucking millionaire and out of touch as fuck. Dude, I've never been a fan of, like, what, pop, somehow more pretentious than Bob Dylan, that is Bruce Springsteen. I think he's like Dylan for people who liked war. I don't know. I can't. Who wants Springsteen's opinion? Mask? I mean, does it, you
Yeah, I
know,
don't know.
you know people. I don't. Can you even would you even willingly believe what they reported the numbers for listeners were on that podcast? Because you know they're gonna make it look like instantly 3.5 million people grabbed it and downloaded it.
Didn't Michelle Obama get a podcast too?
I think so.
Huh.
So they're not happy with the. Well, I suppose the mortgage on a $16 million Martha's Vineyard fucking. I don't know what pedophile ranch is pretty steep.
Is it even serious? Like Obama and Bruce Springsteen, like on a Spotify podcast. What the hell is this even?
Yeah, I thought it was the Onion. I had to double check.
I know, no, I did too. I didn't believe it when I saw it at first, and yeah, it's fucking real. It's real. We live in a fucking cartoon.
Yeah, well, it's just this doesn't it show that these people are just like actors? Like this is just all Hollywood. What else is this? Just is the clear proof of it, right? Actually, I met Bill Clinton once. He was in my country. He was speaking at an event for an insurance company, and he was speaking in this small town, and he was treated like a true celebrity too when he came to our town. And we were protesting there with a sign for Clinton's dead friends, like a huge sign we had with us. Had like remember a Google Clinton's dead friends. We had it with us. We were like with 4 people, and they had around this town. The entire town was blocked off, right? And they had this circle around this town, and all the roads were cut off by these Secret Service people, right? And a few Dutch police with it too. And so I was able to pass the first circle by just mentioning a name of a person that lived in that town at the same last name as I had, right? So I showed my ID and I said I have to visit family lives in this town. It's the same last name, right? So I was able to pass. So then they had this second barrier, a little more closer to it. We were not able to pass. So what we did was we went through the yeah, like was this farmland, and they had to like jump over these small creeks and stuff to get in town there. And we were finally able to see Bill Clinton, and then he stepped in his limousine. We were like standing next to the road where he was like passing with his limousine.
With giant signs that said Bill Clinton's death list.
Yeah, I had a bullhorn with me too, shouting it.
Oh
Yeah, this
my
is like,
God.
this is what is this? 2011 or something? 2010? That he was there?
Did he say you're next?
No. I even had trouble filming him. For some reason, the camera had issues when it was pointed at the limousine. I don't even know what they used. They used some kind of equipment thing. I made pictures of it though, but there was something up there. So if you know anything
Well,
about
that's
that,
because
go
you're
on.
trying to film pure evil.
Yeah, the camera couldn't handle the pure evilness of that person. It could be.
Exactly. It's a fucking demon.
Yeah, it was worth it though. We were standing in the rain and everything, and we had a quick peek on the face of Bill Clinton, the leader of the free world. Yeah.
Leader of the free world and controller of all the blackmail.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it, right? And they're treated as celebrities. They make like $100,000 for a single speech, I think.
Thousands?
Oh.
I think you're off by you're off by a few zeros there.
Maybe it's millions. Could be. The weird thing is, Bill Clinton has always been like very much loved in our country, where George Bush was very much hated. But with Trump, it's kind of in the middle. Some people like him, and some people hate him. Biden, I don't think will be really loved, but Obama was really loved in our country. Yeah. People like hearing him speak. As long as they keep the text going for him, he will be fine. Yeah. But they're professional actors. I mean, you can't say that they're bad at it. I mean, I always liked watching Bush pretend he was like too dumb to read, and he was unable to open doors and stuff. And just, yeah. And people actually believe that these people are actually that dumb that they can't open a door and stuff. And that works all for the public image, to make sure that people don't suspect them to be behind all these super.
Wait. Bush
Go ahead.
was that dumb and couldn't open up a door. I mean,
You actually believe that,
his
or you don't become a president if you're a dumbass?
oh fuck yeah! Did you see his face when he tried to leave?
Yeah, I saw it all.
And when he was getting harassed by the press and everything, and he was like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here, man." And he tried to open up the door, and
Do you believe
was like,
Trump tweets on his own Twitter too, or? Because I
I
know
mean-
who are tweeting on his Twitter, and they put grammar mistakes on purpose in it, and to make him look more like the ordinary man. So yeah,
I mean, Trump was using his own Twitter account, but I also think that there was a PR person using the Twitter account as well. I mean, it's not just him. But I mean, when it comes to Bush and opening a door, I mean, that whole situation in China, that was not fake. That was legitimate. You could tell by the fear on his face of trying to get the hell out of there. And he was like, all right, we're done, and like trying to leave, and he couldn't open the door.
okay, I get that. So, but they like what they gave it Trump as an example, right? They make him look stupid on purpose on his Twitter, because he is a billionaire and he comes over as an elitist person, and the normal working class people don't respect that. They don't want a person like that. They want a person who's like them. So his PR team, and I read this in these articles about that PR team, they were actually giving an interview. They were saying they put grammar mistakes on purpose to make him look more like the ordinary man, to make him more appealing to them, and not what is it, demeaning
Oh yeah, that
towards them.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So, and then when you are dealing with people like George Bush, etc., and they were like this very complicated plan of like after 9/11 invading Iraq for oil, invading Afghanistan, these very sick, big schemes together with Cheney that they make these people, sometimes they make them look a little bit dumb on purpose, so people won't suspect them to be able to be involved with these plans, right? It helps them. That's what I was pointing at. So that's why I was saying that. Maybe he actually was that dumb. Yeah, I don't know. He draws. He makes some artwork when he's in his bathtub. Yeah, it's these paintings. You can find these paintings made.
Yeah, that was from Gooseberry.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, his dad was like a high. He was high up in the intelligence, right? He was actually like intelligence.
Well, yeah, he was the director of the CIA. But I mean, regardless of that, Bush Jr. I mean, he was a special kind of stupid. I mean, like, he would openly admit things, like Freudian slips and everything. It was pretty funny. I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired.
It's so early, though.
Even the people who like love to this day George Bush will admit, that are close to him, that are close to the family, will admit that he was not the sharpest monkey in the barrel.
No, he was not. They think Jeb was smarter.
Yeah, and they had their hopes set for Neil, but he's the only one that ever got fucking busted.
I just think fondly of watching Jeb Bush's 2016 campaign just crumble.
Please clap.
Please clap. Donald Trump is just a bully.
You know what's funny about that, though? It was absolutely fucking hilarious. Was how Trump used the 9/11 situation and said, "I'll tell you." He was like directly to Jeb Bush during the debates in the primaries. He was like, Don't make me talk about 9/11. You know, don't make me tell the truth about 9/11 or something like that." And you know, he just like presses those buttons.
Oh, dude, Trump comes from reality TV land. He comes from, you know, that knowing how to. He's if he wanted to, he could be in the Screen Actors Guild. He's in the WWE Hall of Fame. Like,
Oh yeah, you're right.
The guy knows how to fucking play to a crowd.
Yep.
We have a former president who is in the World Wrestling Federation Hall of Fame. But it's a legit system. They, you know, put actors in the Oval Office.
I mean, we put actors in congressional office and in the House.
Yeah.
So
Do we? Oh yeah, maybe.
That goes too far. I pressed too many buttons on that one.
I was I mean we put Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard in.
Good.
You guys knew that, right?
Yeah.
Cooter, Congressman Cooter.
It's so bad, right?
Oh man. Yeah. Staff it with actors and then believe what they say. Oh, it's just delicious. You think somewhere Edward Bernays is just like high-fiving the shit out of himself?
Maybe.
Going and like finding the whatever malformed demon spirit that is former CIA director William Casey and going, "We did it, man! We did it!"
William Casey. Now that's a good topic to discuss. Setting up BCCI, I mean, he was well aware of all the operations that they were running.
Okay. Hey, so we have still Davos in the title. AK, you were about that article. Is there other stuff we need to mention about that Davos? Because you said like they're in this huge fight, right? That's just certain people against the Davos meetings.
No, yeah, it's actually just Sky News. I thought it was them saying that. I thought it was them saying that the World Economic Forum was against Davos, but that's not what it was. That was
Davos is actually the World Economic Forum, right? They just meet in the city of Davos.
Well, yeah, but I thought there was people within the World Economic Forum that were against the whole Davos plan. But
well, okay. So if you're talking about the UN, for example, there are dissident scientists within the UN. There's also other dissidents within the UN. Look at people like Niels Melzer, for example. He's from the UN, but he actually advocates for good things. He advocates against torture, and this is good people in there too. And you also have scientists in the UN research groups who are skeptical about the climate change thing. They're allowed their opinions. They are not like censored or whatever. They are they're legitimately allowed to speak out about things, but they're a minority, right? So yeah. But for people like Niels Melzer, I think they're good people. They do their job as much as they can within the limits imposed on them by the UN.
Yeah, Nils is dope.
Yeah. He's dope, but yeah, I know, but they have no firepower, no jurisdiction. States can choose to accept it or not, and these powerful states, they pretty much own the UN. Like the United States doesn't have to listen to the UN; they have a veto in it, and no matter what, like you have what is it, like 198 countries in the UN. Like if 197 countries are against something, the USA can still veto it and still rule. Yeah. Makes no sense to me, to be honest. But if you want to democratize it, then you have to at least base it on the population numbers, I guess. Meaning that India or China would be the most powerful voices in the UN. After that, probably like like Brazil or something.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No,
no. The UN is essentially the I don't know, the pretense of a world governing body, whereas the World Economic Forum is the policy division and NATO is the police force. I mean, I know the UN has the ability to, form, call, send in troops and shit, but it's already some fucking blackmailed coalition of the willing.
Mm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, with that coalition, that's interesting you say that. Because the war in Iraq, for example, too, the UN didn't give permission for it, so the US formed this coalition of the willing, right? And it was pretty much the US, the UK, and my own country doing it, because Germany and France.
Well, and they said there were 30 some different countries.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
And Australia committed. I mean, you were just talking to McBride about that.
Yeah, the Australian army. That was in Afghanistan. Yeah, you're right, Afghanistan.
Yeah, it was Afghanistan. But they were involved in Iraq too, I believe.
Could be.
Canadians were as well. I know Canadians were involved in Afghanistan, and I think that was the good war. That was the also a coalition of the willing, if I remember correctly.
Why is the Canadians, aren't they like the sock puppet of the USA, or how does it work these days?
Sock puppet of the USA. Oh man.
Was that not okay to say?
That's fucking hilarious. No, that's funny. That's funny. The love-hate relationship that Canada and the US have with each other is frequently entertaining. It is. But I kinda. I mean, for the longest time they were England's bitch. But I mean, really, the Five Eyes countries are more or less homogenous at this point. Different local flavor. And the ones that, already have some form of nationalized healthcare are, well, for the time being, still have a semblance of nationalized healthcare. But they're doing their damnedest to get rid of that in the UK. I can hear Josh.
Dead air.
Yeah.
March 17th and March 18th. Action for Assange, Clovis for Assange in Washington, D.C. Come through. It'll be fun. It'll be absurd.
I mean, that's her in the A4A.
How was that promo?
Actually, someone
Thank
says
you.
that these people are not the elite. It's actually a comment in the A4A server that the people at Davos are not the elite. But they believe they are the elite, right?
That's why I would try to call them the predator class.
Yeah. I think that's the perfect definition.
I don't dig the word elite. That's their word for themselves because their families wound up hoarding wealth off of the exploitation of other living beings. There's nothing elite about that. In fact, it's one of the more base and disgusting things that we can do as humans. That's not elite. That's the act of a predator. The predator class.
Hmm. Yeah, they're not like the Einsteins of the world or something, or like the elites, the best at sports or something, or whatever. No, they're like, yeah, just a bunch of rich old people.
But the thing is, man, that they can continue to operate in the dark if we don't do something about it, and that's one of the things that we're trying to get going when we're back in DC in March for the Clovers event, and there's an additional fuck censorship event that is going to take place at the end of our march on Wednesday, the 17th.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be going from our march will be from a plaza where NBC and Fox and I think one other media outlet are. We'll be going from there to CNN, and then we'll join the Fox censorship protest and go from CNN to Google. And we would love a like simultaneous protest to be occurring at the Mountain View, California Google complex. So if anyone is interested in helping us organize that event, I'm on Twitter at Slow News Day Show.
Slide in his DMs.
Hit me up. Info at actionforassange.com is the email address if you want to shout out and say, hey, I'd like to, help out with this. That'll get to us as well. Yeah, we've got to do this. We've got to do this in person. We've got to do this in mass, and we've got to be going to the right places when we do it. And I think that starting with the tech monopolies that have made it perfectly clear it's not just their intention but their joy to gatekeep and filter information and be the arbiters of truth and reality. I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah. And
I think it's a good place to start too.
Oh, they need a wake-up call too, these big tech, especially people like Jack. They're always surprised by Jack because Zuckerberg, we all know, it's already like an asshole, but Jack, he was actually in the cypherpunks Usenet groups, and he's well aware of all that stuff. And I would have hoped that he would have spoken out a bit for Assange. He can do the whole Bitcoin thing. He should speak out for Assange too. He was at the cypherpunks, so you don't forget where you're coming from, right? It's like you become rich and suddenly you sell out everything you stand for.
Well,
Sure.
he didn't just become rich; he became part of the government.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is disgusting, right? If you're coming from that as a root, like the cyberpunks, you're well aware of what people stand for, and you kind of like build yourself up on with their help. So you get your codes from random places. You get your codes from that scene and stuff, and you build something with them, and then suddenly you switch like literally to the other side. Which is a sad story in Jack's case. Not sure if people are aware that he was actually a cyberpunk, so yeah.
Well, I mean, there are people who will tell you up front that they would love to sell out, and if given the opportunity to sell out, they will sell out and sell out as big as humanly possible.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are people who maybe believe they won't until they're encountered with whatever it is they really, really want, or whatever they really, really, really don't want to get out. And I don't know anything about Jack Dorsey. I don't. So I don't know what kind of character he had going into it. I don't know what his ambitions were. I don't know what he was trying to build. But there are lots of different ways that people sell out. And personally, I like it when my sellouts tell me up front that they're in it for the money, because it should give you, enough information going in to know that, like, okay, well, I'm never really going to get the full truth from this person.
Very true. I mean, it's still like punkacity to a degree, but at least they're upfront about it.
Yeah, it's the wolf and the fox thing.
Don't
right?
want to name names, but
Well, you don't have to, because again,
Yeah,
those
just-
people will tell you up front that they will sell out if given the opportunity.
they'll say it up front that they won't talk about 9/11, like. Yeah.
That's funny. I knew that's where you were going. I did. That's funny.
Just saying.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean that, like, a careerist can't be useful, that they can't pass along incredibly useful information, but you should always take it into consideration that that person's playing an angle that they're not going to ever become too dangerous.
Yeah.
And there are topics that are always going to be off limits. And as long as you know that, then you don't have to expect them to say anything about it. You can go someplace else with it, and you can not put all of your stock into their word. Nor should you put all of your stock into any one person's word.
True. Should never be just one source. Nope.
So, no, I actually like that idea you guys had, Glory, of creating like this activist kind of like a Wikipedia thing. I was just thinking about that again. I think you have
Oh
something.
yeah, nice.
I think you have something there. You should do.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't create it for shit. That's where, like, that's why Josh was suggesting it as well. Where we just, like, take Wikipedia, but then, like, put that out, and then, like, we actually let people edit it without, trying to, fucking pushing propaganda on it. So, yeah.
Wikipedia script is actually open source. It's like a 10-minute install, and you have like a complete clone of Wikipedia. So it's not that hard, to be honest. You could add like a chat or something in where people discuss about actually editing things instead of doing it.
They kinda have that in Wikipedia as it is. It's like the talk page, but it's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, the talk pages are pretty dumb.
We do have a few Wikipedia editors, but for the really like the important issues, they suddenly are completely compromised, and it's very hard to get things through on some things. Well,
Yeah.
I was able to.
They'll protect pages.
Yeah. Make them semi-protected too.
Yeah.
Well, Glory has run afoul of the Wikipedia overlords.
I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. I am delightful to Wikipedia. I have done nothing to them.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
one of Glory's accounts ran afoul.
Yeah. Allegedly, one of my accounts got permanently blocked from editing because I inserted a whole paragraph about Julian Assange into Richard Grinnell's Wikipedia page and bolded the entire paragraph, allegedly. That's what some sources allege.
Dude, I still can't get over the way that Reuters framed the confessional letter from that NYPD narc regarding the assassination of Malcolm X.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know
they
if you
should.
guys saw that or not. Mark or AK.
They should be fucking bitch slapped for that shit.
So, a retired NYPD undercover made this like confessional letter to where he alluded to participation in Malcolm X's assassination and the like targeting of a number of other civil rights activists and
The shit ass framing that was
Well-
used by Reuters.
so the instructions with the letter were that he wanted it to be read, wait till after he's dead. His son reads it. He contacts Malcolm X's surviving family, says, "Holy crap, you should read this." So they hold a press conference, the son and the surviving members of Malcolm's family, and they read out the letter, and Reuters frames it as Malcolm X's family members allege FBI and police participation in his murder. Had nothing to do with the cop or the son until you got into the article. Knowing
Yep.
that now 80% of the population doesn't read past the headline. So anyone who saw that would just think, oh, Malcolm X's family has a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
This is at a time where the United States government was targeting and murdering anyone who was trying to make sure that black people got some agency or poor people of any race got some agency. And it was just open season for government sponsored and ordered assassination of U.S. citizens, and still 50 years later Reuters is framing it as Malcolm X's crazy fucking family.
Yeah,
Some
but
crackpot story.
yeah, but no matter what you say about him, the FBI surveilled him his entire life. So whatever happened to him, they were fully aware of it, everything. So they were complicit with everything in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they surveilled him pretty much in his entire life because they were saying he was linked to whatever communism, and later on he was involved with Islam, right? So all these reasons to
Since
surveil
he
him for-
came back from Africa, he was being surveilled 25/8 since he came back from Africa, and even while in Africa, he was spied on by the CIA, and there was an assassination attempt on him made while he was in Cairo. He was poisoned and had to get stomach pumps to survive. And by his own account, he recognized his waiter in that restaurant that he was poisoned in from New York. That's by Malcolm X's own account. And this comes after a memo from Richard Helms saying that, he has qualms about messing with U.S. citizens, but that he would explore options to neutralize, quote-unquote, Malcolm X. And that included, the assassination attempt, along with constant surveillance of him as he went through Africa. And by Malcolm's own account as well, there's like tons of his accounts of him like seeing Americans just blatantly watching him and following him the whole time.
Yeah. He made some comments about the JFK murder too, right?
Yep. The chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, in my mind, that was kind of him calling it for what it is. Like, the CIA going from assassinating leaders abroad to now killing the president of the US. Like, that's how it can be interpreted as. But, I mean, it can also be interpreted as the fact that, like, in general, like, America's general violence in killing leaders has now made its way back into the country. Either way, it got him in some deep shit.
Okay, are you still here? Did you fall asleep?
I'm checking out the Rockfin comments. Raw Meat Herd, by the way, man. Thank you. You fucking rocking the comment section here, holding it down. He's talking about Philip Cross in the chat there. The Wikipedia editor, their series of editors posing as Philip Cross, that's the name of the account, that are responsible for a ridiculous amount of Wikipedia edits, all of which, surprisingly, all fall into reinforcing the official narratives about every little thing under the sun.
Oh yeah, the fucking wiki nonsense.
The people that call Vanessa Beeley a conspiracy theorist and Eva Bartlett a fucking like,
oh yeah, so like, not everything I did with my Wikipedia account was vandalism, or was correcting misinformation. But like, I actually tried to do something nice with my Wikipedia account. I'm like, you know what? Wikipedia is doing our girl, Vanessa Beeley, a severe injustice. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go in, test the waters, correct her Wikipedia page to at least make it, like, non-biased. And they fucking reverted my edits. Like, bitch, I fucking tried to be nice. But, like, getting a non-malicious glory now.
Non-malicious glory. I don't feel like correcting the record on Neera Tanden or any of those fucks as being malicious. I think Wikipedia has taken a disingenuous stance, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, non-malicious, like, as in being perceived as malicious to a class of corporate PR agents for the empire and gatekeeping cunts.
I mean, I agree. Dude,
We need to actually.
I know Sleepy Josh is, and I know Sleepy Josh is tired, but if he could send a smoke signal or something about that events page thingy.
Oh yeah, I did talk about that with him tonight. He added the night mode in, so you can switch it from day mode to night mode.
Ooh.
It looks pretty.
Okay.
So that's what I do.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Flex on them hoes then. Okay, tech
Right.
ninjas. I see you guys. I see you. Just flexing on them. Flexing on these other fucking punk ass social media companies. Okay. We for the activists. We not for influencers, bitch. Okay. I see you. Oh, I see notifications coming in from Tech Ninja. Okay. You know what? Man like Sleepy J. Base God, Tech God, Ninja. I see you. I see you.
Man, a motivated programmer is a thing to behold.
She's, yeah,
Really is.
It is, and he is motivated. I can tell you that.
Hoo-hoo-hoo. I
Well,
can
it's
see
crazy,
why.
man. This is a culmination of like shit that Josh has been trying to get together for years now, and I had in like 2014, 2015, I didn't know anybody. I live right outside of fucking Silicon Valley, but I didn't know anybody that I trusted to take this idea to. But I wanted to have like an app that was like an activist hub, right? So where you could find protests going on, you could find, have access to up to the minute information on shit in wherever it is that you live, that you could go, that you could attend to, that you could make your voice heard at. And this essentially is going to act like that. You can put it on, if you can fucking build it out for iOS and Android, like it'll be that. And it's fucking decentralized, and it's fucking open source, and it's fucking free. That's wonderful.
Yeah, then if you want to speed it up, I mean, I offered a Sleepy J help from myself and other coders. I've added in the server, but yeah, this is his baby, and he's working hard on it. And he says as soon as the server side stuff starts,
He's a fucking soup Nazi. He's a kitchen Nazi. He doesn't want any of you to just fucking get out of my kitchen.
Yeah, I trust he knows
Michael.
what he's doing. I can get the help. I mean, whatever. We have plenty of coders. But no, like
We love our Sleepy Josh.
yeah, no, but I do know like he knows exactly what he wants, and we have to wait what he comes up with, I guess. And it's not a new thing either. I mean, he wanted to, like, this is like 2 years ago, and it's just like he's motivated now to work really hard on it now. And yeah. I think people are going to be very shocked when everything is done, and this is going to be the next big thing in the activism world. Well, the next big thing is actually going to be the biggest thing in the activism world. Open source, free, uncensored, by activists, for activists. No influencers, no celebs, just people who are equal. No secrets. Hey, did we discuss everything, guys? I don't know. I'm not sure, but
Did we?
I don't know. Like, AK is already sleeping the whole time.
Yeah. So that's funny. That's funny. Raw Meat Herd in the chat was like, "There's already an activist hub place on the web. I'm pretty sure it's called Facebook." It's fucking hilarious.
That's like meeting in
but
your
by
local
the way,
police
man,
station,
just
Go
for everyone listening, that I'm sure most of the people that are listening know, but if you don't organize on Facebook. Like, you can, to a degree, try and rally activists, but don't do your planning there, don't do your organizing there. Can't believe people are still on Facebook. I realize the fucking what, like almost 3 billion users. I get that. I do. It's a shame because they're the devil. And fucking what I was just hearing on Union of the Unwanted earlier on the panel that I was on before we came on with you guys tonight, about like CP and Instagram, like, bro, Zuckerberg platforms are no bueno. So out of everything that you shouldn't be doing there, you shouldn't be doing your planning or strategy or organizing there.
Yeah, well, okay, well, like I just said, like organizing on Facebook, yeah, that's just like meeting up in your local police station, right? That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Do you really want to do it like that forever? It's just not working. But I do get it. It's a good point.
It really is. You might as well like drive to Langley, or drive to fucking Quantico, and just park in the parking lot. Grab a couple of megaphones to do your organizing, with the megaphones pointed at the FBI headquarters in Quantico.
Yeah.
Way easier. Just cut out all the middlemen. Deliver yourself.
Yeah.
Or, use encrypted platforms. And encourage your friends and your loved ones and your fucking coworkers all to use encrypted platforms. Jacob Applebaum in fucking Cypherpunks says, no amount of coercive force can solve a math problem. And that is true.
Mm-hmm. You all know how scared they were of Applebaum at some point.
Ooh, Sleepy J has entered the voice channel.
Hit the magic word. You said the encryption and Applebaum.
Figured I'd pop in for a minute.
Yeah.
Let me hear your Klaus Schwab.
I gotta practice that one first.
I want to hear your Klaus.
And I'm tired.
I was just
Maybe
discussing the
in
night
the
mode.
evening it is better.
I need to hear the guy first.
Hey.
I don't think I've actually heard him speak.
He's more German than Swiss. He's,
I was discussing the night mode.
you know how the Swiss kind of sound
Yeah, I was
like,
listening.
Okay.
like the Swiss can kind of sound like they're stereotypically effeminate.
Maybe.
Klaus doesn't have that.
He's got the everything I say sounds angry.
Yeah, and you can tell he's trying really hard not to sound like an angry German. Like, he's trying to sound happy, but that's not an emotion that he comes with. So at least he's trying to sound like non-threatening or reassuring. And reassuring in a German accent is just not.
No. But yeah,
sorry to our
I worked a
sorry
bunch
to
on,
our German listeners.
I mean, I'm a bunch German, so. But I worked on a bunch of the stuff last night. I didn't do shit today, but I'll be working a bunch on it in the morning. So hoping to get something up this week.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, whatever you need, right? I mean, if you need help with anything.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need some help on some of the server side stuff pretty soon.
Sleepy.
Hey, Honker is eager to
What's
start working. Just saying.
Yeah, I need to make a list of all the languages they know and stuff, so I can kind of start divvying out tasks.
Yeah. He's in the server all the time, and we have Naki or
Oh,
our
Sleepy
maker.
J.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some database work too, so I'll let them do all that shit.
Oh, snap. Yo, Sleepy J, I'm such a huge fan of you, man.
They call him the delegator.
The delegator.
Motherfucker born to
The
clipboard.
only reason I haven't delegated UI stuff is because it just ends up being more of a pain in the ass when you have too many cooks in the kitchen on that one. Once I have the base done, then they can work on it if they want to pretty it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, snap! Tech Ninja! Okay. Damn.
And I know some of the people in there that I don't think they know what I'm writing it in, so I'm gonna have to teach them some shit too.
Okay.
But that's easy enough. It's all JavaScript pretty much, so.
Okay.
Okay then, Tech Ninja.
Man, there's gonna be some happenings in the activism community in the next couple of weeks. I think this is such a beneficial platform, like the overall concept and idea, and what it will be used to help produce.
Yeah.
I'm super glad this is happening.
You know what makes it
Yeah.
special?
Yeah, no, it'll really be dope.
You know what makes it special? We're not building it on money. We're building it on the sweet tears of those who sold us out.
Oh.
That's what makes it special.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it'll just be really nice to have, like, a platform that's for activists, not for influencers or people
Yeah,
who
I
already
mean,
have blue check.
But yeah, there's not going to be the concept of a fucking blue check, period.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Well, it's you're integrating it with Mastodon, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Mastodon
I mean,
has a huge
that's
community
fucking-
and it's open source. And it's a huge community already. It has millions of people.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's why I kind of went towards there. I don't want to have to build everything from scratch, so if we can tap at least some of their users, then awesome. It just needs more features. Like, it doesn't have events. It doesn't, organizing on there isn't great right now.
So, I mean, this is where campus activism can go. This is where community activism can go. You can direct everybody with the cause to that platform, and at least in the activist space, in physical and online, you can build it out from there. But I honestly feel like where activism is where breaking news is as well. And just by the nature of the way that events play out, more and more people would want to gravitate to something like that because that's where the news is happening. And that's what made Twitter so fucking popular.
Well, I'm gonna one of my stretch goals, like, it's not the initial one, but I want to integrate like be able to add your own RSS feeds in there and then share that shit on your timeline and stuff. So we can start adding, all these different websites for independent media, and it'll automatically pull in all their news and stuff. So, I mean, it'll aggregate a lot of news that way, and then we don't have to rely on stuff getting hidden by Twitter or whatnot.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a pretty all-inclusive solution, so you don't have to use like 8 different fucking apps just to find shit.
Nice.
But yeah, that's more of a stretch goal. I think that's definitely something I should start getting the team working on, is some of that back-end RSS stuff. I'll make a list this week, Mark, and start seeing who wants to do what.
Of course.
We should be having our first meeting for that fuck censorship protest this week too.
Yes, sir.
Hey, and we should also have a look at, say Sleepy, at a site called One.Space. Not sure if you ever heard of it.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
No, it seems to be like some activist social media network too.
Nice.
It doesn't get the exposure yet. I mean, we should look at it.
Shoot me a link to that one, and I'll check it out.
Literally One.Space. So just
Okay.
O-N-E.
Oh, okay,
space.
gotcha. Yeah, it looks very Russian.
Yeah, it looks very Russian. Yeah. When I bring up the page, it's not even in English, so I'm not sure how to navigate it. But I used a translator. It is a one-space social networking platform is in the final stages of development. But it seems to be only for App Store and Google Play. So I want to check it out though anyway. But
yeah, I mean, at the very least, you can give us some ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, well, crucial for us now, I think, is the event pages thing, because when only Facebook
that'll be up soon. So
yeah, because if only Facebook has it, and platforms like Twitter and stuff, they don't even have it. Like, you're talking about a network. Twitter has like 1 billion users, and it has no event pages, not even the option, nothing.
yeah, it's not a activist friendly platform. Like
Yeah.
they want to hide that shit, not promote it. The oligarchs really don't like it when we get in the streets.
No.
Good.
Right? I mean, fuck them.
But yeah, I didn't do much work today though. I was having kind of a crappy day, so I did yard work and stuff.
I had that day on Friday.
Fun times.
Yeah. Fucking, I had a shit day Friday. But Juan Passarelli made it all better on Saturday.
Juan makes everything better.
He's a nice
He
guy.
really does. Really.
Juan is a great human being.
He is a great human being.
And he's very funny.
And he has flowcharts.
Yeah, props to him. That whole thing needs a flowchart. Did I miss any Assange updates or anything? Like do we have a rough idea of when they're going to be back in court or anything?
I'm actually going to pull up the flowchart. Where'd it go?
Okay, so this phoenixsocial.org seems to be the actual platform behind it, Sleepy. Let's see.
What was that? I didn't quite hear you.
I posted the link in the Discord. phoenixsocial.org seems to be the
Alright, I
platform
see it.
behind it.
So,
Okay, gotcha.
March 29th is when the defense has to submit response to the US's appeal, and if they're going to cross appeal, that's when they have to submit their notice that they're going to cross appeal. And there's a 10 working days option for the U.S. to serve a respondent's notice to the cross appeal notice. So we're now into the second week of April, where the judge would make a decision, and the decision would by one judge. And if the judge grants permission to appeal, that's when they set a date for the hearing. But that is not.
So they're dragging it the fuck out.
Yeah, so right now, we're earliest we'll hear anything is March 29th. And the earliest we will hear anything from the court is yet to be determined, because it'll be one judge that determines whether or not it goes to appeal, and then either a different judge will make a determination, or a panel of judges will begin the full appeal hearing.
Alright, gotcha.
This is messy, yo.
Yeah, I see this taking a while, personally. I hope not, but...
Well, that's the thing. That's one of the things that we've been talking about, and what the good Kevin has brought up is that the U.S. it technically, legally, is allowed to file meritless appeal after meritless appeal, dragging this out even longer. If whatever they submitted a few days, a week ago or whatever, if what they submitted is just a total weak sauce argument, or they deliberately worded it in a way that would make it not have standing, or some weird shit like that, then the judge tosses it out and they can refile. And they can say, okay, well, we'd like to file an appeal to the decision based on this aspect. Then they don't have to do it all at once.
Oh, so they'll
They
just
can
take
go-
every single thing
Yeah.
and do a
Yeah.
separate appeal for each. I gotcha. That's fucking
Yeah, they can go item by item. Yeah.
Then you
So
let him
it-
out.
Yeah. And again, that well got poisoned because AMLO came out and said, we'll give him asylum 24 hours before the hearing took place.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree with Nat on that guy.
Yeah.
he's like Mexican Obama, dude.
Yeah. I honestly don't know enough about it, but I am 100% open to listening to everything that Nat has to say about it, because I mean, we should understand a lot more about Mexico's politics and policies, and who's at least holding the levers of power that people can see. Maybe not the ones that actually run the machine, but
Yeah, I know nothing about Mexican politics, which is probably not great since we're, neighbors.
right.
I need to learn Spanish or something.
Right, right. Would like to be able to properly have a conversation with Nat and fucking well, everyone that actually speaks Spanish as their native language, but our friends in particular.
Agreed.
And wherever in Mexico he may currently be residing, I do owe Commander X a visit. So gonna have to sort out that passport thing, or go in like he did.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean,
There's nothing alleged about that.
If
It
you
was live streamed.
I mean, if you like shaved and cut your hair, like you could totally like do the white man way to get in.
I know.
You really could, Steve. You're like a haircut and a red hat away.
Oh my god.
No, man, there's some things you really can't fake. I don't know. I could try. I don't know.
Yeah,
The border crossing would be worth my first attempt at trying.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't speak, then you can pass.
Like, don't let
I
this
can
dirty
practice
hippie into the
by, like-
country.
Oh, we can't even go to restaurants, so I can't like train by observing a TGI Fridays.
Oh my god.
Fucking Applebee's.
I've been kicked out of better places than this.
Ma'am, I ordered this rare.
That works.
Yeah, dude.
See, that was
The-
perfect, though, Steve.
These potatoes are not quite the way I ordered them. I ordered them smothered and over.
Nah, man.
That was
just
perfect,
watch,
Steve.
just watch Talladega Nights.
Steve, what do you think about Cracker Barrel?
Well, normally I order Uncle Herschel's breakfast, but this morning I'm feeling spicy, so we're gonna have French toast with apple butter.
See, you're great at this, Steve. I don't know who you're...
Oh my god.
I'm saying this like I'd be a good judge of this, but you know what? I'm from the South, so...
You are from Florida. It's true. It's true.
Yep. Yes, sir. The amazing state of Florida.
That's fucking funny.
So is Florida.
Florida, man. All the weird shit. happens there.
Florida. Of course.
I almost want to live there just to witness the weird shit.
That's the thing, though, man. If you spend enough time in Florida, you want to gravitate away from where the weird shit happens. The weird shit doesn't happen everywhere.
No,
It's not, you know, there are pockets of objectively crazier parts of Florida.
I mean, California's kind of like that.
Well, as an as an expert on this topic, yeah. I mean, you know what? Because, like, even if you do retreat from the crazier parts, then, like, you'll get crazy in other ways. Like, if you retreat from the crazy people, then you'll just get crazy nature. Like...
Yeah, like it's not just the people I've read about. It's like, you know, like freak accidents and shit with like garbage trucks and just random stuff comes out of there.
Yeah, there's like an old plane crash that's like what, half a mile outside of my family's home back in Broward County. Like, I didn't even know it was there, but like one day I was just going along a nature trail and saw some fucking plane debris, and I was like, oh, that sounds about right. Like, which hurricane took you down? Yeah,
Fun time.
saw a couple snakes. Yeah, man. I was once at a track meet in I don't know where it was, but it was somewhere in Broward County, and like the 200-meter final got held up because there was a fever snake in lane 8.
What the hell is a fever snake?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too.
It's a snake that when it bites you, you get a fever.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Makes sense though.
I mean, not as bad as the water moccasins, though.
I know what that is.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those too. They look cool though, because they're all black and stuff, and it's like this really like slick looking black too. But then it's like, oh, you know what? I should probably calmly leave, since they're venomous. Saw some alligators too.
Man,
I've seen bunnies too before.
Dude, I don't think I'm cool with alligators.
They're not. You. I mean, it's kind of the same with every animal, where as long as you won't bother them, they won't attack. It's like every alligator I've seen has just been like, sunbathing. So I'm like, alright, I'll leave you to it, my guy.
I don't know. That would take some getting used to, having them things walking around everywhere.
I mean, they're not like walking around everywhere. It's just that, like, if you're walking along like an embankment, or if you're going along like a nice little nature trail, or you're just walking your dog and you might see an alligator just chilling. It's like, oh, you know what? It's Florida. Not surprised.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna head out. I just wanted to give you all an update since I heard you talking about it. But I'm hoping to have it up
Thank you, Sleepy
at the end of the week or this weekend. For the events, at least.
Man, Sleepy J, I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of your show, Slow News Day.
You're my hero, Josh.
Yo,
Really are.
I'll chill in here for you. I'm gonna mute for a minute and go get some coffee or something.
We love you, Sleepy.
My boss just texted me. It looks like it's gonna be another week before he can go back to work, and there's like nothing for me to do that one guy can do by themselves up at that spot. So I'm gonna have to find a way to spend some of my downtime.
Banjo shows.
Right. Low column A, low column B. Yeah, I'm not gonna book anything for tomorrow though. I won't book anything till like at least Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Wikipedia accounts are free to make.
March 17th and March 18th, Action for Assange will be in Washington, D.C. Please join us if you can get there. We do have a GoFundMe because it's the only way that we can get our own asses to and put together all the materials that we need to throw these events. if you go to Action 4, that's the number 4, Assange.com, you can find all of the information there. We're trying to bring puppets. In lieu of bringing them, I'm going to fucking build them. I would like some help with that though. So I'm probably gonna, if I can't get the people with the puppets that do the puppet show, I'll show up a day or two early and just do nothing but fucking drink pots of coffee and build puppets.
I don't know,
But
that
yeah,
sounds pretty
find me some art nerds.
Hey, mention like the hashtag too. I mean, it's easier for the listener, I think.
Yeah, so the hashtag that we're organizing under is Clovers for Assange. Mark started it last year, and it's become a way for WikiLeaks supporters internationally to recognize each other. And it can, in the physical space, it can feel like you might be the only fucking person in your community that supports WikiLeaks or understands what's at stake with the prosecution of Julian Assange. So we're hoping that this is a way for WikiLeaks supporters internationally to recognize each other within their community as well, because we're encouraging you, if you can't make it to DC, if you don't live in the US, to hold a solidarity event either in your town or in the closest large city, and you need help organizing that, reach out. Again, Action 4, the number 4 Assange.com, info at action4assange.com. Yeah.
That's about it.
Anything else? What's the line, Mark?
No, like what you were saying. I think that's about it, right? I mean, Close for Assange is a hashtag. That's what you have to search for. Like the coming weeks, we'll get more active on it. I mean, I have to spend some time on it too. But like mostly on the still like every Friday on the We Are All Assange hashtag, right? We should probably add our
I like putting the Stop Torturing Assange on that one too. Under the
Yeah.
Yeah, now for the street defense, we should probably put the Clovers on it too.
Yeah.
And also, just tell
I
people
think we
that.
need help. I think we need help with a graphic for that.
Yeah. And we should tell people that they can, next to doing like the Twitter storms and avatar storm, right? Having the same avatars, they can also add the Clover to their name. Like, it helps to show friends and family that you are supporting.
Oh, did you ever hit up Bean about the Clover graphic?
Now you wanted it to be that's We Are All Assange thing, but then with the Clover in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll confirm it with him again that he makes it. Should be like it will be done in like 1 hour if I message him now. If he's awake now. Did you want like a face in it too, or just only the Clover in the middle?
Yeah. It's just instead of that negative spaced white background, it would be the Clover.
Okay, I'm messaging him right now about it.
Just, I mean, keep it simple-ish, but yeah, I think we're going to need help getting a graphic image generated for a flyer. So if anybody's listening and they're graphic imagey,
I can ask Bean too.
Action for
Slide into our DMs. Action
for
underscore the number 4 Assange at Slow News Day Show. Slide into their DMs with
And
your
if you
graphics.
just type in Glory Jones into the search bar on Twitter, she pops up right there at the tippy top.
Yeah, yeah.
Glory
My
loves
DMs are open. You can send your graphics to me because I guarantee whatever
Send
you come
your
up
graphic.
with.
Send your graphic images to Glory Jones.
Oh, okay. Send it.
Slide into Glory Jones's DMs with your graphic images.
Oh my god.
You know what? Do that actually because I much prefer people fucking with me over compliments. So, go ahead, guys.
Hey, it might give you some good material too.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, and not to mention whatever graphics for Clover's for Assange. Four-leaf clover, by the way, Navigator 1 and. Yeah, back to that. Whatever graphics
Yeah,
you
not
guys come
the.
up with, I guarantee it will be better than whatever I can come up with because I have the artistic abilities of a second grader on LSD. So.
Okay. Yeah, not the
God, that sounds frightening.
not the 3-leaf clover. That's like a Nazi symbol, so don't do that one. 4 leaves, please.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what we were accused of before. Like there's some. What was it? That Nazi group? Like what is it? Like the Aryan Brotherhood or something? Uses like 3-leaf clovers.
Huh. And news to me.
Was news to me too when I heard it. But it seems.
Did not know that.
I mean, how the hell are we supposed to keep track of all these like racist fucks like symbols? There's
Yeah,
so many of
right.
them damn groups out there.
Well, not to mention the four-leaf clover is like the one for good luck. So, and we need some luck.
We need to.
We need lots of fucking luck. Like my other friend Steve, he says I'd rather be lucky than good.
Yeah, well, we need to donate our good luck.
Why
to
not
Julian.
both? Can we be both?
Yeah, I'm cool with both.
I'm good with both.
Both. Woohoo! Slide into our DMs, guys.
Did you already
Except
check your
mine.
DMs?
I'm not checking.
Did you already check your DMs? Glory probably is already filled with guys.
Right. Oh, it's a shame this isn't going out on Twitch.
Oh my god.
Oh, that reminds me. You should probably set up a Twitch account, Steve, so we can get
Okay,
banned off there too.
I'll do that. Yeah, sure. Hey, you guys are all invited to come watch me get censored on Twitch and banned. You think they would shut down a live stream like during it? You know, like if I brought Whitney and Johnny and like Burmis and fucking.
Nah, I've seen way more repugnant shit on there, dude. Like, just
Yeah,
repugnant
I
shit.
know, but repugnant, but accurate.
Like Richard
It's worth-
Gage.
I mean, it is Amazon, so
Yeah, because Amazon will traffic in repugnant that shy away from accurate.
I think their focus right now is like getting people to quit playing music on their streams right now because they're getting a bunch of flack from the REA. So I think I think we might slide under the radar for a while at least.
Okay.
So what you're saying is we should play some music then.
Oh no, they're starting to like when music pops up. I read something yesterday like it was like a Metallica concert that they like dubbed it over with really bad cheesy music or something. I was like, oh, is Lars up to his old tricks again? He's gonna sue some 13-year-olds.
Right.
Yeah, that guy ruined that band for me.
Lars.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, Twitch chats are something else.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Twitch. I used to watch a couple of gamers on there, but I can't deal with it. There's so many ads too, like, and they always like throw them up at horrible times. Like right when they're gonna make a point, they go to like a 5-minute ad. I'm like, thanks, guys.
Yeah, but they make like older episodes disappear too, right? I mean, You can still find them with a direct link, but like on the pages, like they're very hard to find. At least in our
Yeah,
case.
I think that might depend on if you're like a partner or whatnot too.
Yeah, well, our ABB episodes always disappear. So
That's kind of how DLive is too. Like if you have more followers and stuff, like they'll keep your stuff around longer. So I think that's kind of the same kind of deal on Twitch.
yeah. Well, Periscope does it too.
Man, Twitch is whack.
Oh, I know. I just wanna I wanna see how long it takes before we get booted.
I know. That's kind of the.
But my guess is a couple months probably, depending on how much we're streaming.
I feel like that's a long time.
It's long enough to get some stuff out to that audience.
Well, you're right now. You're already speaking to that audience too.
That's true.
But,
Oh, you're on Twitch now? Nice. I didn't know.
Oh well, yeah, well, always on Twitch, but they don't keep the episodes up, right? So
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, you guys have a channel on Twitch?
we're broadcasting right now to it.
We actually have like 400 people that follow us on Odyssey now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be handy when we can live. Did they finish live streaming yet? I haven't been on there for like a couple weeks.
Doesn't look like it.
Alright. They're close though. That's what I keep hearing. I know they're beta testing it now, so they've got to be getting ready to roll it out.
Ooh.
I think we've been using Twitch so little we don't even know the logins anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah, we used to do it on A4A, but like we got like no viewers over there.
No, we get almost nothing. We are on VK too, by the way. VK.com/anonymousbytesback. Does get some viewers, but no one actually.
Oh
keeps
my
up.
god.
Yeah, I know some Twitter people that got booted that went over there and they like it.
This fucking clown ass Hassan Piker dude is live, bro.
Dude, that guy gets
See,
like
that's what
300,000 watchers and some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the fucking know nothing fucking only have a job because nepotism fucking muppets for narrative management are talking to 300,000 people, and between YouTube and Rockfin we're what, we got 60 50 something like that.
Yeah, it's
And I love you guys, each and every one of you, for watching. I do. I
No.
fucking, you guys are fucking rad.
And people that are watching the information, talk to people in your circles, not just online. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Hey, someone says it was blocked by Elliot Higgins. So you want to guys smear that guy a bit?
The club.
Good job.
Ooh, yeah, let's kick around
Congratulations.
Bellingcat.
Let's smear Bellingcat a bit. Yeah.
Proudly blocked by Elliot Higgins. I will never. There's many things I dislike about myself, but the fact that I'm blocked by Elliot Higgins will never be one of them. Very proud of that. I am.
So for all the listeners,
Fuck you, Bellingcat.
for all the listeners tonight, your mission is to be blocked by Elliot Higgins in whatever way possible.
Hell yeah. And slide into our DMs with the screenshots of it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, he hasn't blocked me yet.
Ooh.
Josh. You know what to do.
My trolling isn't great when I'm this tired, so it may have to wait till tomorrow. But I'm leaving his page up, so I'll remember.
Alright.
You should just consistently call him a Russian agent.
Ooh, that reminds me.
That's what he calls everyone, a Russian agent.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't that piece of shit just some fucking douchey gamer?
I think so.
Like something like
think
that.
so.
Now he's
He started,
he's open source
he started
intelligence.
he started a blog about Syria.
When he was Brown Moses.
Yeah.
What the hell is that anyway?
Iron Chief is on the way. He's
Don't
going to get blocked.
Good job. Oh, Iron Chief! How are you not blocked yet?
Oh, he's on the way now to get blocked, he
I
says.
feel like you'd be blocked by Elliot Higgins.
I'm pretty
speaking
sure I
of-
haven't been blocked because I had him blocked for a long time, and then I recently just cleared my block list. So I probably just didn't
Hey,
interact
guys.
with him for years.
Can you guys drop like his Twitter handle like in the chat, and I'll just dump it in the anonymous
Yeah, I'll
server.
throw it in there.
I'm blocked.
I'll throw it in there, I guess.
Yeah. And I would just like to point out that Elliot Higgins' Wikipedia page, unprotected.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
I'm super glad that the first person that Piers Robinson, Doctor Piers Robinson.
Piers Robinson, so respectable and British and elegant.
Brought up was Stefania Maruzzi. That was.
I
other
really like that
in
guy,
terms
but wow, he made me nervous.
in terms of, being blocked by Elliot Higgins.
I am so proud of him for taking a stand against Western imperialism,
Sourced intelligence.
open source intelligence.
What the hell does that even mean? Like, why do these people keep taking the word open source and bastardizing it and making it
They're
dirty?
directly. Well, that's what you do
Open
when you're
source.
co-opting something beautiful. That's what intelligence agencies have done to like every fucking genuinely like left or anarchist movement that is tried to spring up that they didn't themselves invent just as a limited hangout. It's using the language of people who I don't know.
I mean,
It's co-opting the language or to
programmers
bastardize.
do-
This is what they did with fucking
Open
Got it.
source these nuts.
Yeah, like programmers do the same shit. Like they'll write some complicated ass code that no one can actually run, and then slap open source on it, just to like make it look to frost the turd, basically. But it's not really open source in spirit, just as a technicality. I view it really similarly.
Open source Steve.
Just because it's open source doesn't mean you can use the damn code. Like if you
Open
need
source
a
Josh.
million servers to run something, then I don't care if your code's open source. It's inaccessible to the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Open source Glory. Open source Mark.
Yeah. No, I know the OSINT thing. I mean, that's what these people do. This is pretty much like collecting stuff for the fats they don't need a warrant for. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the OSINT thing is, right? I mean, they say like you sign this agreement with social media, whatever, that whatever you publish on there is like public possession, so public property. So what the cops and the feds and whatever collect on social media, that's what they call open source intelligence. They don't need to like question you for it anymore. They have the information, you publish it yourself. So you have these freaks like Elliot Higgins who collect it, make like documents, and then they send it to the feds or whatever. Yeah.
We live in a cartoon.
Yeah, we do. Well, that is disgusting behavior, right? It's just snitching. Profiling people.
Yeah, and for the love of God, people, quit doing them damn this is me before, this is me after pictures. You are helping them train their algorithms.
Oh my god.
Stop. You're helping them make it easier for them to identify
Stop.
people with facial recognition. Stop.
The fuck y'all thought Snapchat was?
Also, there's
Yeah.
no need for you guys to see a baby picture of me because I look exactly the same as I did when I was 2. So, that trend is
I
useless
believe
as it
that.
is.
Did you
I
have the
believe
hair? Because that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
Not quite at the current volume, but yes.
Hell yeah. I'll be right back. gotta let some dogs out.
I had Glory's hair at the current volume when I was 2. It was blonde though.
And when did you get that mohawk?
I started getting mohawks when I was like 11 or 12.
Oh my god, you were like those fucking those fucking like super duper hyper Neymar Odell Beckham fans that I went to middle school with.
No, this was the 80s. I got called a faggot and had to fight every day. It was
The
a
good old
little
days.
bit- Yeah. Yeah.
You just had the illegal
That-
word.
that's-
Oh,
I-
damn.
The illegal trigger
Be
word.
a punk rock kid in Indiana in the late 80s and walk 10 steps without hearing that word 900 times.
I don't know why you wanted to leave.
Right.
I mean, shit. That sounds just lovely.
Dude. And I played soccer. So I was like a double fag.
See, I liked playing sports though, because it was a way to like mitigate, my fights. Because then I could be like, okay, you got a problem? All right, you know what? See me on the court. Your ankles are about to get broken. Like,
I mean, I played hockey too.
What are you, a Raider? Glory Jones?
listen.
Hey, dude, back in the 80s, dude, the Raiders seriously would, like, take people's legs out and shit and, like, put them out for the season. Like, they were
jeez.
brutal,
I
dude.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd take the fine. They didn't care.
Jack Lambert.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
Would that term actually meant something?
Right.
What's
I
that
mean,
fine?
okay,
what's
so
the burning of
yeah,
the thing? Come on.
Right.
Oh yeah, I do have something real quick before. Forget it. No, we can't actually forget it. We have Saturday. We should have a part 2 of the David McBride interview, right? And you guys will be on too, right? I mean, Steve, at least you want to be.
Yeah.
I can probably make it for that one.
Yeah, because he wanted like a one-on-one thing because he wanted to like calmly explain everything. Because a lot of Anons probably never heard of his story, but and now he explained everything, so we can do the part 2. We can just do it like multiple people, right?
Yeah, no, I'm so
Yeah,
thankful
I
you guys
mean,
had him on, because his story does not get enough coverage.
Me too, and I know from messaging back and forth with him that he's been going absolutely apeshit under that like directive from his lawyers where he can't give interviews.
Yeah.
I know it's been fucking eating away at him, so I'm glad he had an opportunity to do it, especially in a way that doesn't like blow back on, Julian or any of that shit. Because it could if that interview happened on Action for Assange.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. He was positive about it. He liked it, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a great talk. Like and he's so humble too, and just like thankful when people like just get his story out, and it's just he's a stand-up guy. I really like that guy.
yeah, and it helps that he has like a big story to tell, and he just wants to explain everything, so I could like live search about some things too, like while he was talking. It was very easy for me to do some research also, like. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm really glad people
and-
are speaking his name now.
Me too. For a while, it was just us. Like, he hadn't done an interview with anyone in the U.S. media before we had him on Action for Assange.
And I think it's good moral support for him too. I mean, that's got to be a lot to be dealing with, and to just feel so alone and shit.
Yeah, I'm just pushing articles out too. Like I'm writing one on anonymousworldwide.com for him. And I wanna.
I'll go drop his Twitter. I'll go drop his Twitter handle in the chat.
Please
And
do.
you
Yeah.
guys in the YouTube and Rockfin chat. You guys go give. Let me double check the
I
spelling.
mean, just give him some love, man. Like that's
Give
like
him-
gold for him.
Yeah.
It keeps
so
him going.
It is.
This is David McBride, and you can also search on the hashtag Afghan Files. Or David McBride Trial, that's what he asked for too. But the Afghan Files is what he released, right, as a whistleblower in Australia. The Afghan Files about war crimes.
That's what ABC called it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is in May, his lawsuit, May of this year. It's a court case.
And they're trying to give that dude life.
Yeah, up to 200 years.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, I think it like adds up. Like they add these sentences. Like they don't do that here, but they do it in the U.S. too, right? They just. Make
Oh,
it
yeah.
longer. No, they don't. do
Yeah, in
that
the U.S. too, it depends if they group it consecutively or not, too. So, because sometimes they'll be like, you'll get 8 years for this, or 5 years for this, but you only get 8 years because it goes at the same time. But if they're concurrent, then they just string them together.
Yeah, well, in here, technically, if you murder someone, you get like 20 years, and then after that, you can just like pretty much do everything because you don't get a higher sentence, right? So, yeah. You can just burn all these buildings and everything, and steal everything you want. You'll still get the same sentence. Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's how our law system works. Yeah.
I mean, most of the time here, they just make you plea out. So, like, most people just plea out because no one can afford the fees to actually fight this stuff.
Yeah, well, we don't have life in prison, for example. We don't have that. We don't have a death penalty either. Life in prison really doesn't exist here. I think 30 years is the max, and then you will be like doing 20 years, I think.
Yeah, you got people here doing life sentences for like non-violent drug charges and shit.
No, they're closing prisons here. We almost have no prisoners here anymore. Most sentences are cleaning windows or whatever for a few hundred hours. So, yeah.
I bet it works a lot better.
Yeah, there's low crime rate. We don't have these crimes like we don't have like many drug crimes, right? Because most drugs are pretty much legal for personal use. It's not actively prosecuted. We don't have sex crimes. We don't have rape and stuff a lot because, yeah, prostitution is legal, right? So frustration is not really existing in that sense. Yeah, it happens though.
Yeah, we
still,
could do that, but we don't.
No, you could easily do that. You have to test it. But the drug problems are put in the healthcare system here. So if you're a junkie, yeah, you can go to a pharmacy and get like methadone or whatever.
Yeah, you can't even get treatment or anything as an addict until you go to jail a bunch of times, and then they'll send you to it. But you can't get you either can't get a bed because they're so damn full, or they just don't cover it, so you don't get in. So it's ridiculous. Like you have so many addicts that could probably get better if they could actually get treatment.
Yeah, that's a sad story.
Yeah, it's like I know so many people that have ended up in prison over that shit for a long time, just for stupid drug shit. It's like, what the hell, people? And I know people that have purposely gone to jail to get treatment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is fucking Santa Cruz County, man. Jail's either rehab or jail's a way to fucking
3 cots in a hot, or 3 hots in a cot.
Yeah. Drop out for a little bit. More often than not, you can get drugs in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, luckily those problems don't really exist here in Amsterdam.
I'm living in the wrong damn place then.
Yeah. Well, you can always live in Amsterdam. I mean, it's also less expensive.
God, I would love to.
Yeah, but you can't make memes. Oh man.
Yeah, they've had issues with Isn't that where all the Mohammed cartoons came out of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got big mad over that.
Yeah, but that's kind of like a temporary trend thing. Like for a few months, like there's a lot of attention on it, and people get fucked over because of it. It's like a spark like this political debate. It started with a guy in Denmark actually that did that. And he was threatened for it.
There's some rabidly anti-Muslim people in the Netherlands, in like in government.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys still have a fucking monarchy too.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously it doesn't have any powered monarchy, but yeah, we do have it, yeah. But they have one big power, actually.
Bullshit, dude. She's fucking leading a panel on resetting global digital currencies. That's
Oh, yeah.
power.
That's
There's
right.
power in that bloodline. There's fucking power in that position. The fucking family's got money going back to the fucking what 800s or some shit.
Yeah, you're talking about.
She's sitting there talking about how fucking the Bank of Amsterdam had the first global stable coin back in the fucking Dutch East India days and shit.
Yeah, well, tulips were worth more than a house back then. The first economic bubble. Like, they were all speculating on the value of tulips, and these tulips became so expensive. They were worth more than an average house in Amsterdam. Yeah, and then it all crashed. So the elites were wearing these tulips on their dresses, right? Super expensive tulips.
And
We had,
then
first-
what? There was a freeze.
Yeah. But we are the first stock market in the world. And that is people, yeah, actually, like, what the Dutch East India Company was a private army, right? A private company. They needed money, so they allowed people to invest in stocks of the Dutch East India Company. And yeah, this was created the first stock market, and they just went out to colonize the planet. That's why they became so powerful. In a tiny country, they would never be as powerful without outside powers getting into it. When the companies would be worth like multiple trillions these days if you compare it with modern money. Yeah.
It looks like there's some breaking Assange news. I guess the Australian Labour leader is wanting Assange free.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. The shit. I was just watching something with him in it before we went live too. In Australia.
I mean, it's a start. It's something.
It is. It's fucking the first time that someone besides what's his name, Peter Wish Wilson,
Or like city council people.
yeah, yeah, that would essentially have been like Biden or Chuck Schumer or Nancy Pelosi coming out for Julian Assange and saying it in Congress.
I mean, it's a
During
testament
the
to public pressure works. Keep doing it.
right?
Yep.
I guarantee the guy wouldn't say shit, and except for people who are actually on the ground over there.
Yup.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, citizens of Australia.
Citizens of Australia, we appreciate you.
Now, if the U.S. can just get off their fucking ass and actually do something.
Yeah,
Right.
citizens of US, fuck off. Do something, bitch.
Other than bitch about politics and that, politicians that are never going to do a goddamn thing for you. Maybe focus on some issues for once.
Ooh, shots fired from Sleepy J.
Just saying.
Hey, Sleepy, this is why I love your show, man. Like, you don't hold back.
Hey, my show,
Man,
that's
you
your
don't
show.
hold back on... Like, man, you don't hold back on those shit, Sleepy J. Like, you call it as it is, man.
They come for Steve, they stay for Glory Jones.
I mean, that's a lie, but Sleepy man.
No, it's true. I've seen lots of chats that they're very happy you're there now. You're very popular with our audience, Glory Jones.
I mean, I'm a fucking mod.
No one can say douche quite like you.
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue whenever I hit him with a douche, or a douche shit, or a douche cunt.
It's true.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark. I got her started. That's my bad.
Damn it, Sleepy.
I'll watch my mouth.
I won't.
Cup 2.
Sleepy carries the show.
That is not a nice thing to call Glory Jones. Even if it was a joke. I mean, I laughed, but
You know what's so funny is like people either go there or they either go like, glory, glory, hallelujah. Like it's so funny how like
you're like, yeah,
vastly
that's the
different
first
the
time
two.
I had heard that one.
Yeah. Like it's so funny how vastly different the two immediate associations with my name are. I just always found that amusing.
Man, I can't count the people that have been like, I'm just joshing you. Like it's like the first time I've ever fucking heard that dumbass joke.
Y'all know what my last name is.
Pokemon! Gotta catch 'em all. I know it's my destiny. You teach me. I'm obviously shortening the opening.
You know the song?
Bruh.
I wanna be the very best that no one. Yeah, I know that whole song.
Hard.
You are talking to a weeb, Sleepy J. Knowing the Pokemon opening is the standard, that like the base, like square one in our world. Like Pokemon opening, Dragon Ball's the Rock the Dragon opening, and maybe the Yu Yu Hakusho opening. Those are like square ones for us.
Anime nerd.
I'm well aware, Sleepy J.
Hey, we already have 400 views on the Johnny Vedmore interview.
Yeah. Mariana Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z were my childhood too. And no, I'm not doing an album Oz because I can't sing. I just do it.
Hey, you enjoy it, whatever.
I know, that's the point. Fucking, this turned into a faceless slow news day stream.
Fucking- we are Legion.
Yes!
Correct.
We are all slow news day. Oh, Anonymous Argentina 2020. Marca de millón de máscaras. How are you doing? Nicole. Hello. Cup 2.
Nicole's been here like all day in every chat that we've been, even in Union of the Unwanted, which was fascinating, by the way. That was a fucking fascinating episode. I'm not at all sure what to think of Craig Sawman Sawyer. I believe his heart's in the right place. Like how close he is to the intelligence community, especially if he's out there hunting pedophiles. Like, does he not know that the FBI is responsible for a gross majority of all of the kitty porn distributing on the fucking internet?
Yeah,
Cartoon.
I don't know how many of you guys saw that.
I didn't.
I'm sorry that you've heard me too much today. I've heard me too much today. I'm ready to.
The topic was a little rough for me to deal with today, but I'll check it out tomorrow or something.
Yeah, no, it was heavy as shit. The doctor that was on there was interesting too. I'm thinking about contacting him.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that's one of those issues that we probably everyone should cover more because it's hidden, man. Like it's ridiculous.
Well, and at the same time, it isn't.
Oh, I know.
Everybody-
It's weird.
Oh.
Like the amount, like I didn't realize until Mark told me that how much of that shit is on just the straight ClearNet. Like that's horrifying to me. Like, and they're just getting away with it. Like they're not even hiding it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yet, call a politician a cunt online and you fucking get banned from everywhere.
AOC, you're a cunt.
That's violence. Violence. That's violence.
I thought that was saying fuck around her.
I'm sorry, Mark. I committed violence on your stream. I'm sorry, Steve. I commit some violence on Slow News Day. I'm sorry, Josh. I commit some violence.
If you ever actually commit violence, I'm gonna be a little scared. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, it depends on what you consider violence, really.
Lori Jones with the
My
D
mother's
rice
German.
on the top rope.
Because I have told you the coconut story, Josh.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
You told me about the alleged coconut story.
Alleged.
Yeah. Alleged. Yeah. Somehow,
I mean, look, dude, if you're gonna be anti-snitch, the last thing you want to do is snitch yourself out.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly.
Why
a coconut allegedly ended up on a dude's nuts. That just
Oh, God, that
but,
makes me
but
cringe.
speaking of not snitching yourself out, man, there
he
are
cringed.
number of anon accounts that direct you to OPSEC training. Our good friend Juan Pastorelli co-founded a thing called infosecfights.com, where if you are a videographer or a documentary filmmaker, and you would like some tips on how to be more secure, go check that out. Remember to use encrypted fucking communications.
Get the hell off Signal, people. Use something else.
Signal is
Yeah.
not safe.
Wire.
Signal is not safe.
No, use Signal, use Element, use anything that's not Signal. Like, they can trace you without seeing your messages. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. For Anons, you can always search for OP New Blood. You find a lot of information there.
Oh, that's right. Op New Blood.
It just crashed. Weird.
Yeah, it
Did
does
it
that.
to you?
Yeah, it did it to me.
Guys, shall I end
I'm
the broadcast?
fucking-
We did 4 hours.
Only 4 hours.
Yeah.
We can do 4 hours later today again.
Right.
I mean, there's lots of stuff to get out there.
Thanks,
Go
everyone.
read Schwab. Go read Schwab Family Values on UnlimitedHangout.com.
Schwab.
Use your mod
Values.
powers to put it in the chat.
Oh, I had a quick question. Like, is he gonna make that a series, or is it just like a one-time deal?
Yes.
Oh, hell
Yes. Yes.
No, he's going to have to make it a series because he really only got to like 1967
yeah. Oh shit. Oh, damn.
in the story, and there's a number of things that didn't get covered, like another ancillary threads that are still worth chasing down. Drop it
There's
in
a
the rock
lot to
bench
know.
chat.
There's a lot to know about the Schwabster.
Is the real
Steve,
Klaus Schwab
Josh.
a kindly old uncle figure wishing to do good for humanity, or is he really the son of a Nazi collaborator who used slave labor and aided Nazi efforts to obtain the first atomic bomb? That's what it's about.
Papa was a Nazi. Papa had the slave labor.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. I
Papa
never expected it
helps
to
the
be this.
Nazis try to make the dark water and make the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb.
Can you say that all in German for extra effect?
Entschuldigung. Huh?
Said, could you say that all in German
I,
for like?
I could not off the top of my head, but if you gave me like probably 20 minutes, I could. Yeah.
Make sure you say it real
Yeah.
angry.
Go read that article. If you enjoyed the Slow News Day hijacking of Anonymous Bites Back, please go make your free Rockfin account and follow us over there. It's where we're going to be when YouTube yanks the channel. Which we're putting an hour of that Johnny Vedmore interview up on YouTube tomorrow morning. So it could
Only an hour,
I
and
forgot
there's
it's only
more.
an hour. I'll have to re-render that.
Okay.
Why the hell did AK fall asleep? I don't get it. Like, why did he allow you guys to hijack
He
our
said
show?
he was tired. He said he was tired 3 hours ago, homie.
Yeah, he has to do the show tonight.
Well, yeah, but that's like, that's literally, Jesus Christ, man. That's like 20, that's a long time from now. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, I do appreciate you guys, hijacking the show tonight, right? I mean, it was a pretty good episode.
Yay!
I mean, he fell
Well, I was
asleep.
glad to be here.
Woo!
And without you guys, I would have been alone here talking to myself again. So yeah, because AK fell asleep.
Aw,
It happened
We'd
before.
never leave you, Mark.
we're not gonna leave you hanging, buddy.
It happened before. I'm not sure if you guys listened to that, but I was talking for 2 hours to the people in the YouTube chat, answering their questions.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had to do on the fly, like, you know, guest bailed at the last second or something like that, and oh shit, just wing it. But it's not like we don't wing it pretty much every time. We know what we're talking about.
We just don't know how we're getting there exactly.
Yeah, I know it was just like he was just dropping out suddenly, right? And I was just waiting for him to return, so I just kept on talking to these people, and it like lasted hours before he came back. Yeah.
That's
And if we ever really, really, really run out of stuff to say, then I'm a marine science nerd. So I can
Whoa.
talk about that.
And we do have a ridiculous amount of moderators, and from time to time we'll have the moderators on for a show, and we'll do a panel with the Wrench Gang, and that's always fun.
It's probably about time to do another one of those.
It is. It is. That's one of the reasons I'm trying to collect Wrench Gang emails. I only got like 3 from that show.
Hey, I want to say one thing that's said in the chat. Mariana says she was just kicked out of the stream, and YouTube decided to play a Davos meeting brought to me by the WEF.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, that's evil.
That's fucking.
That is evil.
You will eat
That
bugs.
is a crime against humanity. That is.
Hmm.
I love how they
Yo.
I love how they push like actual Nazis. What the fuck?
Guys,
You
make.
know what?
Go ahead.
I unfortunately see exactly what Mariana is talking about, because my up next video is Davos 2017, China's pivot to world markets from the World Economic Forum.
I've got billionaire John Castamidis rips Biden's energy and economic plans.
Oh my god.
I don't turn.
So, fuck-
I turn
fuck
off
you.
autoplay.
Fuck you.
So fuck autoplay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I turned mine off, but the up next is still there, and it's tainting my interface here. I don't like it.
Come on, Odyssey, get your shit together. Get us some live streaming.
Yeah, man.
Okay, guys, I'm going to throw this stream offline, but make sure you catch Saturday with David McBride, and make sure to share this one around this show, because that's what we depend on.
And make sure to spay and neuter your pets and politicians and your lobbyists.